Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
This app and the way it functions is it's a popularity contest. It's a popularity contest, and it feels like he who holds the numbers holds the power, right? And often we see a lot of situations where if enough people say something is a fact, it becomes a fact, even when it's not a fact. So my opinions on last night's live are my opinions. I'll begin with that. It's not my place to tell anybody how to run their platform, right? But what we're not going to do is pretend that we don't watch lives and have an opinion on them. Nobody is exempt from that. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like, we talk about everyone's lives after the live. The live happened, you talk about it. Opinions they're like a-holes. Everybody can have one. Everyone's welcome to their opinion. Me voicing my opinion isn't telling somebody how to run their room. Let's begin with that. To the next level of that, friendship is not about like agreeing with everything that your friend does. That's another thing that I think as grown adults people need to realize. You you don't have to agree with absolutely everything that your friend agrees with. That's it. That's another thing. We can all agree to disagree. Yeah, I think part of this app is, and we see what happens when it runs out of control, is when people do something wrong. And this isn't at anyone in particular, this is the layout of the app as it is. When someone does something wrong, the opportunity to take accountability, maybe have maybe don't, no, because this isn't about, and this is where part of the problem becomes, like, this isn't about one thing. My stuff, your stuff, projection is a thing. Like, this isn't about any one thing. This is the app as a whole. Like, respectfully, I'm not a sheep as a person. Like, it's just not in my nature to not, if I don't agree with something, I'm going to say it. And what I'm not going to do is be scared to have my opinion because of how somebody may react. That's something that I'm not going to do, because if you're doing that, then you're not friends. I'll keep that 100%, because I know for a fact, at the expense of your friend, but it's not at the, anyway, I'll get to that. And this is where it becomes techie, because how do I word this, because I'll get distracted. A friendship is not, sorry T, yeah you are, it says. Oh, you're not, yeah, you've always been there. Yeah, listen, my opinion of friendship is, friendship is not worrying about what you have to say because of the reaction. That's friendship. Like, people have called me out many times. I don't know. Anyway, I got distracted by the comments there. For me, that whole situation is, and I'll say this 100%, yeah? My toxic trait is, if I believe that I'm right, and if I'm right, there is not a single human being that's going to tell me otherwise. When I know categorically what I'm saying is right, you ain't catching me backing down, and I don't care who it is. I'm not backing down. And when it becomes a problem is when you get people who have a problem with you, who actively try to support the other person, no matter what. So we could be arguing over the color of the sky, and I'm saying the sky is blue, this person's saying it's purple, and there are people willing to say that the sky is purple just to spite you. And that's where I was getting to about this app, right? People on this app will do wrong. We see it with the big creators all the time. And a major part of the reason why there's no accountability on this app is because there's always people that are going to tell that person that they are right. There's always going to be people who will regardless back it, and that stops people from being accountable. That stops people from stopping. That stops people from taking a moment and thinking. It stops people from listening to the point that's being made, because if you're constantly being told that you're right, you're gonna fight back. And that goes for everyone on this app. It goes for everyone on this app. Like, we see it all the time when Delusive saying something mad. We know it to be wrong, and the cult will say it's right, and then what, she just doesn't learn anything. Low. I need a bit more than low. Anyway, I'm trying to. Another issue that I have is having to be perfect in every conversation. I think it's just best we stay in our own lanes from now on. Okay, I don't understand. If you want to make it something that it's not, you can do that. I'm gonna be so real. There was nothing in that conversation that suggested anything else other than what came out of my mouth. There was no attack. It was a conversation. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, respectfully, cool. I get. Where was I? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like people, certain, like, I think black men have to be perfect when conversating on this app. And this is just me being how I feel and being 100% a buck. If you become frustrated, lose your temper, you're aggressive. If you remain calm, try to do things the other way, you're condescending and patronizing. There is no winning. That's another thing that I've realized on this app. No matter what the conversation is, if it's in direct opposition with somebody else, you have to be perfect, and you can't even be perfect. It's the game is rigged. The game is rigged, because the second I have any kind of vim in my voice at any point when I become frustrated, I beg to differ. When you have vim in your voice, you're the aggressive man. How dare you talk to women like that? You're upsetting people. When you code switch it up and you try to keep things educated, you try to keep things calm, you try to keep things rational, again, it's patronizing, it's condescending, it's that. So I'd like to navigate I would like to know how conversations are navigated. And I also like to say this, yeah? I'd also like to say this. The first person to be upset is not the first person to be right. There's been too many instances now where, like, yeah, there's too many instances now. Oh. Oh dear. There shouldn't be right or wrong in feeling with friendship. That's the issue. If we're going to do this, yeah, there is no. Here's the thing, yeah. In friendship, yeah, there should not be a case of me having to consider a live going left when having a conversation. There should be no and that's where I feel like I reside, and I'm not going to change in any way, shape or form. If I don't agree with something, it's not the end of the world. Maybe because for me, friendship isn't blind loyalty. It's not. And I think that when you had a phone. Listen, I will reflect and go, okay, is it a conversation that needs to be had on the phone? I don't think it is, because it's not like I'm coming on the app to blast your thing. It's a case of discussing a subject that happened. See, right through. Whey, there's some politicking in the chat. Hey, boy, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of this proved my point. Okay. This has become a where's it? Okay, so I'm gonna say this to AJ. Of all the words, my brother, okay, this is where we fumble. Of all the words that you can use, yeah, I don't know, maybe I should lock off the live, man. Let anyone's, if you want to, is my boxes off? I don't know. You lot got me in a sticky situation, man. Glad back.
Bro, they're always coming for me. I might as well gaslight them at this point because I can't do right for wrong.
I don't think you should do the gaslighting thing, though.
But you know what it is, bro? Listen, I came in here to agree with you. You are right. I've always tried to shut shit down, and people always talk about it constantly. Torian follows me around like a bad smell on this app. Everywhere I am, she's there cussing me out. I don't even talk about you, Torian. I don't talk about any of you women, but it's always the women that are always coming for me hard. Constantly. And what you said is right. You have to speak so perfectly, such BBC English on this app as a man, as a black man, to not look like you're coming across aggressive. That is the reason why I said that word. And for what EQ said, Bunny EQ, she's a dickhead. I've always told her she's a dickhead. I told her she was a dickhead in Angie's live as well. Don't get it twisted. I don't like her. And after what she said as well, thinking she can drop nigger or left, right and center. Who are you to say that when you're Caucasian? Behave yourself and sit down. Simple as.
Do you want to chat to Torian?
I don't really have enough.
And this is like, so this is the thing, yeah? So you dropped him. Isn't this supposed to be a serious conversation? But here's the thing, right? No, it didn't. If you check your thing. Yeah, I'll do it. 1 second. I know you didn't drop him. No, I know you didn't drop him. Why did you allow him to troll? I didn't see him as trolling. And this is the thing, right? What you're now doing is tit for tat and the childish thing. No, I know it wasn't you. Right, 1 minute. Let me reset. Let me restart. Come back. No, it was me. I don't know. I think, yeah. If I speak, I wasn't even prepared for this conversation. I can't lie.
I didn't know the AJ thing was gonna. I just wanted to know about the EQ situation and what he thought about the racism, because I've seen some in his chat, and me and AJ can have combos. I didn't know it was gonna get to that. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know him and T had beef like that. I'll be so real.
I didn't know it was that deep as well, and I didn't even know whether to drop when the allegations happened either, because
I don't even know about any of these allegations. I've not heard any of this. I did not know it was that deep, like as in it was like that.
Accept.
Can I just ask a quick question? Yeah, why is it when there's an argument going on and things are said, why is it that you creators always drop me? Why is it I'm always getting dropped when they're giving back the same fucking energy? It's fucking annoying. I'm getting cussed out in the comments, yeah? The brother's talking bare over me and I'm getting dropped, bruv. I'm not coming in no one's fucking boxes again.
I never used to drop you, just saying.
It's a fucking joke.
I never actually used to drop you. I'd always let you speak, just saying. Free talk.
Okay, but that's part of the problem, yeah? When you get dropped in other spaces, that's because you're in a unfriendly environment. I'm telling you now, I dropped you for the purpose of I know when to drop someone. I'm going to be real. And the reason it took me longer than was necessary to drop, because I knew that you would take it in this way. And this is part of the problem with this app, right? There's going to be people in the comments going, yeah, she gets dropped first and rare tear. No, it's not because of that. It's because somebody has to drop. And most creators...
Really quickly, all these Crimea River bitches and that, yeah? All the same ones that are still sitting there bigging up abusive men that batter women with bats. But anyway, let me not go into that. This whole thing about Torian bringing up kids, you all know about his kids, you dusty, crusty idiots, because he had a custody hearing on the fucking internet. He had a custody hearing on the internet with his baby mum, his sighting, his ex-girlfriend, whatever it is, his kid as well. Go sniff another line. Go sniff another arsehole, because you like to sit there getting battered by men, don't you? Like, that's what you said to me, right? Keisha? Right, sweetheart? Why don't you stop going around men that batter women and stick screwdrivers in women's necks, and then maybe because that's you. Or you pick me women on AJ's side. You can talk about, you don't need to bring up kids, but he brought up his own kids. Like, consistently. My kids ain't been brought up on the app because I'm not having child arrangements with them on the app. I'm not with my baby dad or my ex-partner going, your kids don't want you in here. Your kids don't want you in here. Like, that's why kids are being brought up and spoken about in general. Why do you talk like a toddler? Misha, come in the box and talk to me. How about that? Come with your big pump and your big chest and your big mouth. Come in the box and talk. Because it's all you comment people that think you're going to aggravate or upset people that are in the boxes having an opinion. You can't even get in boxes or say it yourself. You're pick-me girls. You're girls that drop your panties and pictures in men's DMs for clout and attention. You don't have your own opinion as a woman. This is not what the suffragettes died for, baby. This is not what they died for, okay? It's very, very... It's giving problematic. It's problematic. His kids will grow up one day to 100,000,000%. But my point is, I'm not saying that. No, when you're bringing your own kids on the app, if it was anyone else on this platform, fair enough. But when you're arguing and screaming, when the kids have been in the background about these things, what do you want everyone else to do? I'm very confused. Like, this is a genuine question. Because when people are being shit parents or they're arguing on Jeremy Kyle on the internet, everyone has an opinion then. But you think that some people are protected. Didn't say that, Amy. If you want to take it as that, you wear that shoe, baby. I didn't take it as that at all.
So what I'm going to say about the drop-in of T, which I know that's going to be the main focus of everyone's issues, when it's in any other live, none of you have a problem with it. I think there's a difference between coming out of a place of love. Watch your fucking mouth,
because remember I know where you're from, you dusty pick-me bitch.
I think there's a difference between coming from a place of love or coming from a place of malice. There was no malice in dropping T. As you could see, it was getting nowhere. Allegations were getting thrown and it was getting nasty. I think creators can do better in taking control of their spaces. So it is what it is. I said several times there was no disrespect to T. I can pattern AJ. I don't feel comfortable to pattern T in that way, because it would be you're talking down to a woman. So in that regard, that's what I have to say on that.
Tracy, my foul mouth, this is the whole thing. You let yourself down to who? Are you fucking feeding off finance to me? You lot are so entitled to think you lot opinions of people on this app, men or women, has any like any kind of like detriment to how we live. Do you think because you've turned around and said, oh my God, your mouth is awful, Tracy, I've let myself down with your free sunflowers, I'm gonna go and then completely like redo my whole vocabulary? I can swear, I can shout, I can twerk in a like on the side of the street if I felt like I wanted to. I don't really understand why you lot think you're so entitled. So do I, Kat. I don't know why you lot think you're so entitled. My mouth is awful and I love it. What next? I think it's weird when grown adults have pictures that aren't them on the app and can't show their real face. But I don't need to be let down by who, Tracy? None of you are paying me. None of like what's letting me down? This is what I'm like. What's actually letting me down? To who? Misha, you, because you've been in here, darling, for 35 minutes. You care, sweetheart. You've been in here for 35 minutes. I would never be in a live putting comments for 35 minutes to shit I didn't care about. Crazy. No, Pumba, I love you and I've seen you and I trust and believe in you, okay? I'm sorry. And Lil Natty, come to me.
It took me 5 days to get here, but I've arrived. First and foremost, can everyone stop telling us as people of colour how to have our conversations and what to talk about, please? I'm not going to keep stressing that. You can have your opinions, but don't tell us what and how we can talk about. If them two want to go at each other, then them two want to go at each other. If we want to talk about what we want to talk about, we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. But first and foremost, what did you come live for in the first place, Devin? Let's get back on track.
I went live. I don't even. This is what happens when I come off practice, and this is the thing. Yeah, I was on private for a reason. I don't really know.
Why I didn't go off topic yesterday, by the way, just proved my whole point. This exact reason, when everyone's saying, why didn't I bring up certain stuff? This is the reason. 600 people in it now. Half an hour later, not on topic. Just saying.
There was no topic per se. Like, I can't really broach.
No, but I'm saying this was my reason. See how that just came out of nowhere?
Yeah.
That's what would have happened when I exactly what I was talking about with Alex. I'm not doing this. This is exactly my point and reason.
So what did you want to come up and express? What was your feelings, Devin?
It's hard because it treads a fine line between app and friendships.
Devin, please address that comment.
Then
Which
take
one?
that offline. Which one?
Please address Sierra's comment. I'm going to scream and I can't. I need to
Yourself out as people of color, like you have a right over anyone else.
I have a right for myself. How about that one? How about you, Sierra? I have a right for myself and I can say what I want when I want because I pay my Wi-Fi bill. Done.
Oh, here we go. Racist, wasn't it what you said to Alex? What? So
Oh, yeah. Oh, so let me top you up. They're calling, apparently, Chantal, me, you, Devon. Specifically, I think it's more towards Devon. I don't know where he got this one, but apparently, Devon, you don't stand, and Chantal, you don't stand on, you can't talk about racism or anything because you listen to M.R. Why? Apparently, you guys listen to M.R.
And there's a perfect example of somebody mocking something. So, my question is this: when have you ever seen us talk about M.R? So attaching that to us, you're mocking us, and it proves my point. You're mocking. You're very subtly trying to mock everyone. You make it all about race, not us.
Because we can, because we're black. And your problem is what? Next question. Next.
How do I even begin? And it proved my point, right? The reason that I had issue with what Alex was doing yesterday. Okay, here's what we do. I saw Alex on Miss Red's platform say that he's sick of talking about certain topics, that the app is too serious, we need to bring back some fun. Well, do that on your platform. that doesn't mean that what we do is go into another space that is taking something seriously and make a joke of it. So I asked this question to Alex's followers and anyone who's buying into that rhetoric. When Alex is in the chat, when we're talking about racism, and he's saying, Wagwan, I hate white people, blood clot, and using black terminology, what is the aim? Because if it's to make a joke, that joke isn't funny in that space. And then when people express the fact that it wasn't funny in that space, what you do, if you didn't mean anything by it, was you apologize. For instance, when people are talking about DV, SH or SA, you will never find me in the comments saying play Prodigy, smack my B up. You won't see me going, oh, I have a couple of Stellas. He was joking. Yeah, cool. He was joking. And he was joking. No one's taking away the fact that he was joking, but he wasn't joking in the correct space.
Yeah, I get that.
Emma, I did yesterday, last night. So
I'll speak to you off up with my issue today. My issue was not what you said in any form towards Alex. I agreed. My issue was completely different in how it was handled between us as friends. But my thing is, we're not going to be gaslit, guys, by you lot in the comments. We're not going to get annoyed anymore. And further, we're not going to over-explain it. You guys always make it about race. You guys always talk about this. You guys... Okay, well, at least we talk about something. What do you talk about? You follow people on the app and comment, and like, that's it. At least we're talking about something. We don't need to over-justify or over-explain ourselves. I'm not going to talk and sit down and be gaslit. But Miss Drama Llama, all you do is talk about drama. Mama, I know what I'd rather stand on business with. Random people's dramas or racism that happens directly towards me and my kids. I think I'd rather focus it on that, Drama Llama. And then there's you, Apple user 569776. You're too fucking lazy to even make a profile name and you think I'm going to address you next. Why is more being said on Alex? It's not. Alex is making himself a perpetual victim and making it about himself and running lives to make it bigger than what it is. We've actually said more about EQ. You lot keep bringing us back to Alex. Maybe shut your stinking mouth, stop mentioning his name. We can continue with the conversation at hand. Next.
I would like to explain why Alex is being spoken about more also. Alex is being spoken about more also because rather than an acknowledgement of how something might have made someone feel, he instead chose to cam to and have a laugh about the situation, send people across to ask why we're not speaking about EQ, which is weaponizing our rage to suit his own gain. Alex hasn't come over as a man to speak to me. That's why he's being spoken about also. And we are actually providing him content. So that's why Alex is being spoken about. The second Alex comes over here and chooses to address it as a man, then we can move on. In the same way that I'm 100% certain that whatever issue me and Paigey have will be sorted. The problem will not be with me and Paigey. It will be with people who follow people blindly and choose to hold resentment. We will be fine. That's the funniest thing.
100%. And you guys, if he's not sending you over, probably stop coming then, sweethearts, because it's making it look like he is sending you over and it's not helping his cause. You wish you was white, Paige. I am crazy. I came out of a white pum-pum. Would you believe it? What a sut.
Why am I being tagged here? What the fuck's going on?
Apparently,
Did you listen to M.R?
Yeah, when you was talking, Chantal, I'll send you the video. When you was talking, Alex said, no, there's fucking racism stuff, but they listen to M.R, a white man taking the piss out of Patois. Oh, are you a big M.R fan, Chantal?
I did not listen to M.R. M.R was in my area on a night out, and I walked away.
Do you have his album, Chantal?
No, that is true because she rang me and said you don't end the art here, and I said you see end the art.
Yeah, but how did Alex know that? I'm scared.
Yeah.
How did Alex know?
I mean, I offered Alex in a car park, and he doesn't want to meet me in a car park because I'm not the right gender.
Facts.
So I said I don't really care about gender at this moment in time when it comes to meeting in a car park. So it's like, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. You don't want to meet me, that's fine. But why would you say that we all listen to M.R? Because we don't very much. I don't hold his album. I've never, it's not on my Spotify playlist. Sorry.
So I just wanted to say, so AJ said, well, I'm not calling you out, but I'm saying I've got to address it, right? AJ said, I won't ever join your box again, mate. Stay blessed, right? So This is why, as a content creator, people allow F3 to go on, and why the FY pages thrive on drama and negativity. Because as soon as you try to stop that drama and negativity, people's fragile egos get hurt, and you end up ruining relationships with them. AJ, I dropped Torian. You were still able to remain, mainly due to the fact that I feel more comfortable to pattern you man to man than I do Torian. And you're now acting in a way that's like, you can't talk. Bro, you have space. Everybody has space to have their opinions on this stage. You don't have, it's not by force. You don't have to like address these issues. But I feel like it's a conversation that should have been had between yourself and Torian before we got to the stage. It's a conversation that you should have been able to have with people in your community that have a view of something that has been brought to the app. The second your relationship was brought to the app, your choice or not, it became public property. The second people revealed your children on the app, it became public property. They're going to have opinions. And I don't think all of those opinions have always been negative. I don't really know where to go from there. If you don't feel comfortable to come up, I'm not here for numbers and that. I don't care. But I would like to have that conversation. Like, people have seen you in relationships with women who have been racist, bro. Like, people are going to question that. People are going to want to talk to you. People are going to want to understand why you were in those relationships for a long time. Bro, I was fresh to the app and I had conversations with you about why you were with Mad Hatter. So what are we doing? So I don't know what he wants to do about that. Anyone else can have their space, but like, I don't know. It's egos. This app is too full of egos. Like, you can't get dropped without your egos being like, oh, how dare you? Nobody is anything. I'm not nothing. It's just my space currently. Put your ego, check your ego at the door, man.
At the end of the day, we're all allowed opinions. All of us are allowed opinions. We're not going to agree on everything when it comes to certain topics. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hi, Devin. I've come to speak to you, nobody else.
Okay.
I've just been listening to you. You know I listen to you on my other account, right? And I just want to know, where's the outrage at, like what EQ said last night? You're going on about everybody else, but
You spoke about it all fucking day, but of course you racist with a clock in.
No. All of it is outrage for you, Pearl.
Back in shit, pal. Get back in your van.
Come
Willie.
to talk to my friend, Devin.
Willie, Devin's not your friend. You called him a
Devin
monkey.
is my friend. Yes, he is my friend. Don't get monkey.
You called him a monkey. He's not your friend. He ain't your friend. We don't have friends with 70-year-olds.
EQ out for what she done.
Why we got 70-year-olds?
Like a little fish wife chatting about everything but the elephant in the room. Devin, thank you for letting us up. I'm going because I just get attacked.
And be racist from there. See you bye. See you bye. See you bye.
One second. What you've got to understand is, right? So she referred to me as my friend Devin. We all know that we're not friends, okay? She planted that to cause disarray. I will answer that question. When it comes to Chelsea Harwood, and I won't use the word EQ because it's bullshit. When it comes to Chelsea Harwood, I've seen a lot of people talking about it. There's always a lot of talk on this app. Talk. Just because you don't see something, it doesn't mean that something's not being done.
Why is a racist asking us why we call her a racist?
Because they are because this is the thing. People will weaponize your hate to help their agenda. Let me tell you this now. I don't need to talk on anything. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say in response to Pearl. I'll respond to her question. Why am I not talking on it? I don't need to talk on it.
Well, I'm gonna talk.
Everyone else can do that.
1 second, because I am not going to have a racist person tell me when I should talk about another racist. Go check yourself before you check me. Don't fucking come for me and ask me what I'm doing about another racist, another one of you, Pearl, on this app.
You're with them, bitch. Go stick to them, guys. Won't make you EDL burgers, you dusty little. I need to come back on my other account.
I just came up to say, can everybody in the comments just shut up? This is Devon's space. We were all having conversations this morning in Nutty's live, in Courtney's live. This is where this is all came from. So everybody just shut the hell up. Don't call out and don't be saying, well, this person's made this and this person's made this. Why are you not saying this? Why are you not saying that? Why did you sit with them, Pearl? Why did you sit there with them? Why did you sit with Angie? Why did you sit with EQ? Like, who actually are you? Everybody shut up. I don't see you all over in EQ spaces or Angie spaces or Pearl spaces calling them out who they all sit with. But you're all happy to come in here and tell everybody where they should be sitting and what they should be doing.
Hi, Days.
Hi, Days.
What an absolute life, you absolute bunch of...
Devin, I just come up to say, can you give me my mute powers back, please? And I'll be good, I promise. I just need to mute some people in the comments. Thank you.
So I don't know if this is actually delusive.
This is Angie. I'm gonna rip her actually. Why are you letting her in?
Wait, none of you can tell me about Alex again, can I just say? Come
Let
on.
me guess, you're drunk, Angie. No one cares.
Shut up, I haven't even
No
had a
one
drink. I'm very
cares.
late.
Blah 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 blah.
Speak, let her speak. Angela, what have you got to say in this discussion? Let her talk, let her talk.
About racism if no one can talk. What's the point of all of this? You're a joke, the lot of you.
Sounds like everyone's screaming. Let them
You
talk.
are completely racist in your box and don't want to let me in because you want the views. You're not triggered. You're not affected. You're a joke. You don't stand for racism. You're not the voice of racism. You're pathetic, the lot of you.
You're racist too. So
And
we've
you
let
hate
one
white
racist in.
people. You
We've
hate
let
white
one.
people.
Can't stand a man. We've let one. We've let one in.
And I knew you hated white people.
I knew it. I'm gonna ring Caroline. Anyway. We've let one racist in. Why would we not let you in? There's two racists.
Can I ask you a question, Paige? I don't want to shout, right? Because you want to.
You've been shouting. Calm down.
Okay. You want to sit here talk on racism, right? So I'm calm. Can you please tell me, without everyone jumping in at once, though, please?
Yes.
Tell me where,
Yes.
without shouting, where I have been racist. I appreciate
Okay, have you finished? You can let me answer.
Yes.
Okay, racism, there's implicit, explicit, micro, macro. It's not dependent on the N-word or saying something that you don't like, aka get black people out. Your racism has come in terms of microaggressive racism, which you can also be arrested for. So you've said things like put them back on the boat, Tori, and go back to Barbados. Well, I had frizzy hair when you was coming up making a joke, saying that I look like all of this. When Pearl was saying orangutan, you repeated it and then made it a funny joke. You then also proceeded to say F Palestine. You also said you never met a nice black man ever in your life. Got that record till you met Big Kev, my dad. You liked him then. And brushed your teeth for the first time in 3 months, and you haven't finished. That's 6. I'm going to go for 10. Let me go for the 10. You said the P word. You've allowed other people to say the P word and said, oh, the reason they can say the P word because it's an expressive form and term. You said that I look like a monkey and orangutan at one point as well. You've backed Pearl when she said it. And on top of that, you've gone consistently about Islam and said things like, oh, Pakistani men are all groomers. There's 10 specific reasons why I believe that you are my... Angie, don't shout. Angie, don't shout. Be calm. Be calm. Be calm.
Talk over me.
Be
Right,
calm.
First of all, when I did that debate on Remembrance Day, right, I said about myself, a white person. There was no racial intention behind that, okay? I think Tori reported to the police. There was no case there because my intentions were not to be racist. I just happened to say it to a black person. I say it to a lot of people, white people included. Okay, number one. Number two, when I said the P word, I'm not saying alcohol's an excuse. However, she told me, say the word, say the word, say the word. I just happened to say the word. I never called any of that. I've never called anyone a monkey. So that
is the P word racist, Angie?
The Palestine would also be seen as a freedom of speech. There's racism. I do support Palestine. However, I don't need to support Palestine. I can support who the hell I want to support.
Of course you can, sweetheart.
Yes. And that's nothing to do with
Yes, you can.
I don't like Palestine. If I say F
You don't need to, 100%. Let's go back to the P word. Let's go back to the P word. So is saying the P word out loud, whether you are saying it in a derogatory term, in an endearing term, in a form of understanding where you're repeating something, is saying the P word, like saying the N word, is that legal to say? Is that racist?
But you need to understand first.
Angie, it's a yes or no answer, darling. Is the P word racist?
The P word. Well,
Yes.
it is racist, yes.
Okay, so you've asked me what you've ever said. Angie, let me finish. Angie, you've asked me what you've ever said racist. The P word. There you go. Anything else? There you go. That you've said the P word. You've just said it out your own mouth. The P word is racist. And you've said the P word 3 times. So you're racist. Thank you,
I'll
Angie.
reply to that. What happened? Because she is twisting it around.
Court assassin, I was very much intoxicated. She kept saying, bait, bait, bait. Say the P word, say the P word. Go on, you want to say it. Just say it, just say it. It's okay, just say it. So I said the P word without thinking. I never called anyone it. That's exactly what happened.
No, I just said, is the P word racist? You said the P word's racist. You had said that on your own mouth. It's recorded and you said it. Angie, you said the P word's racist and you repeated the P word, which means you're racist.
Your friend Mama G, right? A black girl. She's a black
I'm talking about you, Ange, not Mama G. Not anyone else. No, Angie, you.
You called Sam Walker the N-word.
Angie, we're talking about you.
That's okay for you to say the N-word, isn't it?
I thought we're talking about you. You just said don't deflect from anyone else on EQ.
Not deflecting, but you
just told me not to. No, Angie, you said don't deflect.
You're in regards to Palestine.
Angie, it would be. Do you know what would make it so easy for you in life? If you just no. I'm talking. Do you know what will make it easy for you in life? If you just take accountability and know the fact that you are a racist, and you might be able to accept that and be happy. Okay.
You guys are racist. You hate white people. It's obvious. It's written all over your face, love.
Okay, delusive.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't there in history. I was not there. But you seem to have a hatred towards
But you carry it on in the present. What are you people not understanding? Yes, it was history, but you lot carry it on in the present very much on this fucking app.
Can I go now? Like 1 second. I'm going to do this proper. So Angela.
Yes.
Would you say that you're anti-racist?
What do you say, anti-racist? Well, no, I don't think racism is okay on social media or in any other place or outside of social media. No.
Okay, so last night when Chelsea Harwood used the N-word, how did that make you feel in that instant?
Well, it made me feel quite uncomfortable and awkward.
Okay, when you hid your face...
I'm not going to lie, I didn't know how to deal with it because it's EQ, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, how do you deal with someone that has just said that? But then, like Miss Red said, she says it all the time. She's not responsible for what comes out of other people's mouths.
Okay, she says it all the time, but as somebody who thinks that racism's wrong, why did you not feel the need to say something in that moment?
Because the thing is, why do you have to say something to someone that knows it's wrong? That we all know what the N-word means. You don't need to educate someone on what the N-word means.
Because it says more about you, Angie. That it says more about you. That you hid your face.
Call out other people?
I'll let you finish.
Sorry, I'm just saying, why do I have to call out other people? EQ knows what she said is wrong. She knows what the N-word means. Why do I have to say, oh, EQ?
You just say why not when you call that
wrong? That's it. What are we educating stupid?
Devin, she came in here asking why we're not calling out certain people, and then she's just come up with to say she doesn't need to call out anyone.
No, what I'm saying.
Go sniff your pants, Angie, man. Go sniff your pants.
Did you all call out Corey?
Who? You just said it's not your responsibility to call out black
Yes, I did. Yes, I did call out Corey.
We called out
Anyone
Corey.
else? Do you want to go through the list, Angie?
Anyone else we called out? We've called out all of them.
Shall we go through the list? Do you want to go through the list, Angie? Because I called out Corey, called out EQ, called out you, Pearl. Do you want to add anyone else onto the list?
Zach. We called out Zach. We called out multiple people.
Can I just say something? Sometimes, you can see racism that's not there. Do you know what I mean? Because of your experience, and I understand that on a daily basis, like Paige, she gets racism every day. But sometimes you can see racism that's not there, like the boat incident. You know, I was not intending to be racist when I told Toy to get the boat. I said it about myself, and I'm a white woman. There was no racial intention behind that at all. But she's taken it that way. So I feel that sometimes you can see racism that's just really not.
Apologise. Did you apologise that she took it that way? Did you apologise, Angie? Did you apologise? Did you apologise? Did you apologise? Did you apologise?
Do you get what I'm saying?
Did you apologise?
Why would I apologise?
Because she's obviously taken it the way because of her experience. Did you apologise for the way that she might have taken it? No. So shut the fuck up.
Sorry, Chantal. I just want to say, why have we got someone who uses the P slur openly, who says to people to get on boats? Like, why do we give a fuck what Angie says? Bun Angie, bun all of them. They're all the same.
Because I think that sometimes it's more, I think sometimes people need to see things, and I think that Angie, you saying that people are imagining racism, as somebody who hasn't had racism, is very difficult. So you're telling people that they are seeing something that's not there. You're defining racism, and you don't have a right to do that. The N words to you is just a word, which is why you're able to laugh and not call out the racism in your box because you don't care.
right? Can I
Yeah, go
speak,
on.
please? As a white person, right? I might say, oh, go and get on a boat as humour, yeah. Now, to me, that's not racism. Do you understand? Because I'm just saying, get on a boat. To me, that's to do with like immigration. I'm not even from this country, right? But however, someone might take that in the wrong way because they experience racism on a daily basis. So they're seeing racism that's just not there. You know,
so you
it's
apologise
I said the wrong thing. Like words that we say.
Listen, I can't talk to dunces. Devon, do what you're doing. I can't talk to dunces out here when it's such a topic that affects us. And this woman doesn't give a damn about what we think or what we fucking say. Let's be honest. She's here for what? She's here for what?
She's literally here for views. How's your bed bugs? How's your bed bugs?
See, this is where I'm going.
How's your bed? We don't care, Angie. Listen, I don't care. No, what you're not gonna do? I'm not. No. Shut up now. Shut up now. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
You are not a voice for racism.
Don't think
you are not the voice for
Angie.
racism. Simple as, because you're deluded.
I'm a voice for me.
You're not a voice for racism. You as a YT person, a voice for racism. No, you're not.
So
why don't you just listen to what we're trying to say and explain to you? And then you maybe have to learn something. But you're choosing not to, Angie. You're choosing to incite it and enforce racism on this app with your stupidness by saying that we're being racist to you. When in fact, as a black person, we cannot be racist to a YT person because you was never oppressed. We was. So take that into your dumb head.
Everyone needs to
take that as a fact and just leave it.
Racist to a white person.
Anyway, can I
be racist to a white person? I'm mixed race. My dad's white. My mum is black. I can't be racist to half of me.
Anyway.
Is that Mama G? Is that Mama G?
Angie.
One time.
How's your bed bugs?
No, I want to know. See, you can't.
How's your bed bugs? How's your bed bugs? How's your bed bugs? I'm curious. How's your bed
What
bugs?
about your racism towards a white woman? You're a racist.
I'll say it again right now. I'll say it again. I'll say it 3 times.
Say it again. Go on.
I'm half white, Angie. Are you half Pakistani or half black?
Doesn't matter.
Are you half Pakistani or half black? Yes or no?
Oh my! You know what? Someone from Pakistan.
You know what? No, you don't know what. You drink Buzzballs at 6:30 in the morning. You don't know you are too tickler. You don't know your ass.
Yeah? Let me educate you, Paigey baby.
I'm not being educated by Bitty.
Someone from Pakistan can also be white, love. Yeah.
What are you going on about? I'm talking about saying the P word, you idiot.
You are a racist.
What are you going on?
I don't care that your mum's half white. I don't care your mum's half white. You're a racist.
You don't care my mum's half white? I'm telling Caroline you said that. I'm telling Caroline you said that.
I'm not whitey. My name's
disgusting.
Yeah,
what's Caroline done to you? What has Caroline done to you, Angie?
Can I say something without getting dropped quick?
Of course you can.
You see these creators, yeah? Someone said it not so long ago. This is why how I move on the app. I don't give a fuck anymore. Because a lot of these creators don't care about the racism. They just want us to get onto the other person that has been racist because they don't have a relationship with them at the time. Or they're in argument with them. That's what it is. They don't actually care about what's been said or what hasn't been said. They just want you to go off on them because they are also not their friend. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bruv, this app is a joke. That's why no one can't tell me nothing. If EQ calls me a blacklist, I'm telling you about your man self. I am. And no one is going to tell me otherwise. Do you get it? Because it's not one rule for you lot. One rule for, like the other day, before I even said what I said, they're all singing the row, row, row your boat song, talking about I'm a black person coming out of the zoo. I'm going to tell you about your dick that was in between your legs. I am. And no one's going to tell me nothing. And that's just what it is.
But, Tori, I get what you're saying. I'm not up here hiding. Thanks for having me up. I'm not talking about the racist because, in my opinion, I can't really have an opinion because I'm white. I'm of white ethnicity. I can't tell anyone what they find offensive or not. However, that Chantel that was just in the box shouting and screaming at Angie for being racist and using derogatory terms literally just sat there and said the word dunces. Now, where I come from,
it's dunces and dunce butts. Don't try it. I'm not doing it. I've had it. No, it's not racist. It's not derogatory.
I'm not saying it is racist, am I?
It just means stupid. Get out. Fucking get out. I'm sorry. Dunce or dunce back, like you done to me the other day in Chippies, everyone. It just means stupid. It means low intelligence. That's all it means. Piss off with your culturally inappropriate bullshit. Stop coming in here and telling people of colour what the fuck we're saying and feeling. Idiots.
Can I just ask Angie a question? I'm just going to speak calmly. So, Angela, Is Pearl a racist? Do you think Pearl's a racist? Pearl?
Well,
Yeah.
she's been convicted of racism.
No, I'm saying in your opinion, is Pearl racist?
In my opinion, that first time she said it, I thought to myself, maybe she just happened to say it to a black person. She probably would have said it to a white person. But to me, it was the second time. But however, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I really don't know. And I think the second time, I think she was rage baiting.
Well, you've screamed across this.
I don't think she.
Yeah, because you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going with this.
One second, let me finish then. I don't think she's a racist. I think she rage baited.
You've screamed across this up.
However, yes, she's a convicted racist.
Yeah, but you've screamed across this up. Every time you argue with her, you call her a racist. So my next question for you...
Yes, because she's been convicted of it.
Okay, you don't need to scream. My next question for you is EQ a racist?
Pull down.
Is EQ a racist? That's my next question. Well, I'm asking your opinion. You like to give your opinion everywhere.
No, I don't think EQ's a racist, no.
Right, so EQ can use slurs and do whatever she wants, and you don't want to call her a racist, but you want to call Pearl a racist.
But one say your friends with
don't deflect from anything. You're friends with the worst people. I'm asking you a question.
Stop being a hypocrite.
Angie, can you answer a question?
You have screamed across this up how Pearl is a racist and blah, blah, blah. That's your opinion, cool. But then you don't want to hold the same smoke from EQ because you want to pat on the back from her.
Your friend said
don't sit here and say anything. Hold the same energy for everybody.
Said the N-word.
Hold the same energy. Angie, I'm not going to listen to anything you say.
You are friends with him. So what are you
I'm not going to listen to anything you say. You literally sit in your bedroom. Sit in your bedroom, scratch your ass and just pick and choose what you're going to say to people. I don't even know why you're here. You're a racist. Don't make me start playing videos of you using slurs and telling people to go on boats and all the other shit you do. Shut your mouth. Your opinion's not valid. No one fucking cares. Piss off back to your little weird crew.
So
fucking idiot.
Can I just say something? Like,
I'm going, Devon. Up yours. Fuck the lot of you.
Bye, racist.
Me on mute.
Bedbug.
I didn't
So this woman can sit and abuse me over and over again.
Oh, Angie, shut up. You're a grown woman.
Constantly.
Get
Listen,
lost.
you're all a racist. You don't like white people.
Enjoy your
bed
bug. Free your mother.
Because all you're
Enjoy
doing
your
it for
bedbugs
views.
and
You
free
were
your
racist
mother.
in the boxing ring, were you not, Pagey Baby?
Free. I'll say it again, Ange. I'll say it again.
You
And
don't
I'll
stand
say
for
it
shit.
again.
You
I'll
stand
say
for
it
no
again.
race. You don't stand for nothing. You don't
I'll
stand
say
for
it again.
racism. You're not
I'll
the
say
voice
it
for
again.
racism.
You don't stand for. You don't stand for piss. You don't stand for anything.
If you're the voice for them,
You don't stand for anything.
You are
You
not
don't
the
stand
voice.
for anything.
Pagey
You
Baby,
don't
ask the
stand for
black
anything.
community. Ask the black community if you're the voice on TikTok for
I'm
racism.
not the voice of anything. I'm one girl,
You're not.
Angela.
Oh,
I'm
shut
one
up,
girl
Angie.
looking
You
cute
scratched
like a
him in
fucking
over Alicia.
sweetheart.
You like to think because you get personal. You're sitting here having a conversation racism, and all you're talking about is
Angela,
bedbugs
go
and
and piss your
first
pants and
scratch.
sniff them. Go
You're
and piss your pants and sniff them in your bedbug apartment.
Pathetic.
Free your mother. Goodbye.
Pathetic.
Goodbye.
Look after your
Goodbye.
kids.
Okay, but you can leave,
Go and
Angie.
have a
Go
look, go and
then.
look after your children.
Go and, my kid is on holidays. I can't be asked.
Oh,
Can't be asked. Rather not, thanks, Ange. Thanks. Rather send them to me mum's for the day. What about you? Where's your kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your kid? Where's your kid? Where's your kid? Where's your dog?
Exactly.
Where's your dog?
My dog passed away, love.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, so you're gonna go at someone because their dog's
Yeah.
Bye. Racism is terrible, isn't it?
Yes, that's the biggest racism.
Can someone find me that video of Angie attacking that dog walker, please? Can someone find the video of Angie attacking the dog walker?
Because you can't get a word in edgeways here. And no one
You all sit here calling out EQ and all this shit, and you're all friends of Corey.
My kids
no one's friends with
Anyway, no one ever chat shit to me about Alex Springer being in my box.
You are
when
racist.
Angie brought up my kids, Angie's
Racist.
mocked and
Go
laughed
look
at our
after your kids,
racism.
no one cares.
Girls come here, mocked and laughed at our racism. No one ever moaned at me for Alex being in my fucking box. On God,
it's
on
not
my
the same.
soul. No one has taken me after this. Mention my kids again, Angie. Mention my kids again and you'll get 10 times bed bugs that you got now. 10 times the
No one
amount.
cares that Alex is in your box.
Wait, Angie, just quickly. If you and Corey was friends, you wouldn't be saying, "Oh, what about Corey?" But because you and Corey aren't friends,
no, me and Corey are friends now. We're friends now.
Okay, so 1 minute.
Oh my God.
You've all had your 1 minute. You've all had your fucking childish thing that you want to do, and it's not how I would handle it. And people are throwing in things to try and tit for tat. I'm going to handle it the way I want to handle it. So you asked
We are
Delusive
friends now.
what you've said is if what you said is racist, right? about the boats. You don't see it as racist. Yeah? Okay, I'll carry on. I'm going to run a poll now. 1,300 people in here. Do they consider the things that Angela says to be racist? Okay, quick poll. Can someone run that for me, please? Hold on. I'd rather just do things the right way. Yeah, run away. Run away. Where is it? Has anybody got powers to run a quick poll? T, I apologize for dropping you earlier if it offended you. It is what it is.
It's the story of my life. I'm used to it.
Yeah, but at the same time, T, I've seen you bounce back up into those boxes.
Yeah,
like, mine's coming from a place of love.
Because I can. This is what I'm saying. No one's not defending my own children or my own. I'm gonna jump up. You don't know this about me. Like,
100.
come on.
100.
You chat shit about me. Yes, I'm going to rise up and I'm gonna tell you about your whole blood clot fucking family bloodline. Yes, I am. I am. That's what I'm known for on this app, is my mouth and my comebacks. I will. Sunshine is on my profile. Yes. I just wanted to show you how ugly she is. That is Sunshine. Yes.
Happy face if you find Delusive's comments to be racist. Sad face if you feel that Delusive's comments are not rooted in racism. Let's see what we've got in here. This is mad. It's mad that it's even this close, but okay.
Wait, what is it? Red for yes and blue for no?
Red for yes. Look at the numbers.
Bro, hungry guy wrote no.
Look at the you got to pre the numbers, pre it.
Oh man, this app, bro.
Yeah. Oh dear, who's this? Let's do this. I'm not about the. Listen, there are opportunities for.
Oh, hi, twin.
So let.
Do you know something, Torian? Do you know something, Torian?
Where have you been? Nobody
You're ugly inside
knows
and out.
me.
You are. And I think you need to get some help.
Ooh, hi, twin.
You're a very ugly, nasty person.
Ooh.
Inside and out. You need to get some help. You need some serious help, my
You should not be
love.
talking about anybody.
You
else.
really
Like
do. You
like a
need some
walking
serious
corpse,
help.
darling.
And where's your video? Where's your video that you said Evil
video?
Queen was being racist? Where's your video, Torian? Do you know what, Torian?
Go on SFYP instead, darling.
You are a nasty piece
And
of
you're a
work,
fat
my
bitch.
duck.
Go find a treadmill.
You're a
fatty.
nasty. Look at you.
Yeah,
Look at you. You
fatty,
are
boom,
so
boom.
nasty.
Sugar and sweet dumpling.
So there's a violation. So here's the thing, right? The fact that poll went.
Tara, sorry, Devon. One second. I'm sorry, because they're about to get comebacks now. Tara, babe. Tara, darling, you're shaped like a fucking sharpener. Don't have chat for me, bitch. The fuck? Carry on.
So here's the thing, yeah. This is why this app will never prosper. If things are not done in the way that people want it to be done, right? Everyone's so used to being pandered to that when things don't go your way, everyone's having a bio. When things aren't going your way, you instantly go for the tit for tat and I'm gonna run my own live. Why is she speaking? Why is so and so in the box? Why is this and why is that? So people are saying I can't speak on Alex Brigham being in a box. This live was not. I don't even know why I'm explaining myself. I'm gonna be so real. I don't even know how I'm explaining myself at this point. It just goes to show the effery on this app. Like sometimes you need people to come up and have these conversations, and sometimes we can't always just cuss them out. You want to cuss them out? That's calm. Do that on your platform. But sometimes, Devon, why are you so scared of EQ? It couldn't be any different. Couldn't be any different from that. Just because somebody is not speaking about something doesn't mean that something's not happening. You all complain about people shouting over each other and people not being allowed space to speak. But then when something's actually done about it and somebody takes control and tries to stop that, you all go away and you get upset. You all say, you allowed so-and-so to do this, but the way that the conversation went allowed it to do that. Anyway, I'm not a sheep. I don't need anybody's approval or validation. I think when Delusive was allowed to speak, I think it's quite clear that she doesn't know what racism is. God, this is crap. Well, Betty Boop, at the top right-hand corner of your screen, there's a circular button with a line through it. You can leave. I don't need you here. But you're not talking on Corey. And what people have tried to do during this conversation several times, come to me all you want. First, what happened was they sent Pearl. Pearl referred to us as friends. Pearl was never referred to me as her friend. So when Pearl referred to me as her friend, she wanted the narrative to be out there that I'm on her side and to cause division amongst the people who were in the boxes. I'm not stupid. I can see that. I will rather have these people come in and show their motives. Alex is Cam 2 in me. Fantastic. If you'd like to know the reason why I have an issue with you, Alex, here's what it is. You said in Red's box today that you think that the app's too serious, which is partly your fault, by the way, and that people are constantly talking on serious subjects. Well, whoever's room it is, it's their space and they can speak about what they want. If you want to make a carefree space where people don't have to be around the negativity, you can do that, but you don't have that space. Your space involves Cam 2ing people while the seriousness is going on. That's a direct contradiction. Yesterday, you were in a chat where people were angry and upset about Chelsea Harwood using the N-word. Now, I understand that the N-word doesn't necessarily mean a lot to you, and it's not seen as offensive. To black people, it's seen as the most offensive thing that you can say. People were rightly so upset. Now, I don't know what that room was, whether it was awareness or whether it was a debate, but I saw you in that room using black terminology, such as blood clot, which is not how you say it, by the way, wagwan. You then came up to the stage and said, I hate white people. You did that. Now you're saying, I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care of his opinion. I'm not a sheep. Now your opinion was that you were just having a joke. That's perfectly fine. I asked, would you do the same if they were talking about DV? Would you do the same if they were talking about grape? You have done it when people are talking about SH. Fair enough. But when you were made aware that your jokes weren't landing for everybody in the room, what you could have done, if you gave a shit or if you cared, would you just say, oh, sorry about that. There was a lady of color who was on the stage. She was upset by it. She voiced that. And what you did was you continued to do the joke, where you could have just said, oh, I'm sorry about that. You could have just done that. And again, I'm talking directly to Alex, and what we have is in the chat, somebody's trying to deflect and talk about somebody else. I don't need anybody to back my opinion. I don't care who I fall out with because if they have a fragile ego. I'm not that guy. Bunch of snowflakes. And here's the thing. Apparently, being a snowflake is not liking racism on an app. And the reason why racism thrives on this app is because there's a lot of like fake outrage. You don't actually care. You go into these rooms with 5,000 people and you pretend that you care while making insensitive jokes when it was a real issue. And I'm going to say it now, right? When we have certain creators come up to the stage, right? And obviously, like, now, I'm sure people that I respect and get on with are going to fall out with me, right? I don't really care. When we have certain spaces where we have an opportunity to talk to people and show them for what they are, rather than do that, we get into a slanging match with them. And we allow ourselves to be triggered by people. And that's what they rely on to get away with what they get away with. Because the second they say something that tweaks something in us, right? And we hit back, we are no longer the victims. And that's what they prey on. They prey on the fact that by saying the most disgusting things to us, we will react, and therefore there's no evidence, it's tit for tat. It's Rizlam, and if she wants to come up, she's more than welcome. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the thing. A lot of these people need to be a victim because it excuses their behavior, and sometimes we just need to take it. And it's not taking it to take it, it's to take it and to, yeah. Oh my God, Devin, really angry now, bringing up the grape thing. Of course he is. And let me tell you this now, right? When people are on the ropes and somebody starts to talk sense, they will do anything that they possibly can to make it seem like you're an irrational person. And when, here's the thing, you really don't know about someone until you have an argument with them. That's all I'm going to say, right? And to Alex, when you're bringing that up, I hope that you're bringing it up. Well, I hope for your sake that you're addressing it correctly. I do. I hope that you're addressing it in the correct way. Because I won't get mad. I don't need to get mad. I don't need to get mad. All I do is I sit back and I let you show who you are. Because all this has done has proved exactly what I was saying. It's proved exactly what I was saying. You went to a live, not because you cared about the racism. You went to the live because you had a weapon to go against your enemy. And you used it. Anyway, public enemy number one, and I don't care. I couldn't care less. Anybody's welcome to come and have a say while this live is here. I'm not really about all of this. I'm not here for the fucking views. I'm not here for all of this. But I do like to conversate with people. Let's see what Sunshine has to say and Sam has to say.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
Hello. Devin, can I just say, I have been listening to you and I agree with what you're saying. I totally agree. But, I don't actually look bad on that picture for to say I'm 60 this year, do I? I'm quite flattered that she's actually got it up off me.
I don't know what's going on. I'm going to be so real. Between you and T,
oh, no,
I don't
know worry about it. I'm just saying. I'm quite
burning
flattered.
I got you up right now, babe. Don't
I'm quite flattered.
You know you're
nearly,
not
I'm 60 this year, Tori, and I'm quite flattered that you.
You know you're not flattered, babe.
I am. Of course I am.
All right.
You know why I'm flattered, Tori?
I don't really care.
Because
You're ugly.
you know why? I'm a good person inside and out, Tori.
You
I've
are a
got
good
no
person.
worries.
Why did you come from
I've got no worries about myself.
If you're a good
Tori.
person, why did you come from me
I've got
unprovoked?
no worries
Why
about
did you speak
myself,
about my kids
Tori.
unprovoked then?
I'm
if you're
a
a nice
beautiful person,
Make it make
Tori.
sense, babe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right,
I do not need help. I
But
do
if you
not
have to
need
come up here
my
and tell
head
us how much
sorted
of a good
out.
person
You
you
are
then
so horrible, Torian. Please go and get some help.
all right, baby girl.
Start to love yourself, Torian.
All right,
Start to
baby
love
girl.
yourself.
Yeah.
Bit anyway, Devon. Thanks for getting me up, sweetie pie.
They come for you and then you cuss them and then they tell you to go and get help. Don't come for me unprovoked, babe, and I won't come for you. It's as simple
I'm
as
not
that.
being funny, Torian.
Don't come for me,
I'm
and I
not
won't
being
come
funny,
for
Torian.
you.
I haven't got your picture up. You've got
I
mine
don't
up,
care. You spoke about my
sweetheart.
kids and you spoke about me, so I'm going to let everybody know
Spoke
that
about
this is
your
not the
kids.
woman
When did I
that
speak
you
about
guys
your
shouldn't
kids,
be having
darling?
around. So
When
shut
did I
up.
speak about your
When
kids?
Jack and all them lot was in the box, you rose up and was like, yeah, I agree, you should go look after your kids. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I went on your profile and I got your picture and I put it as mine. Do something about it.
I'm flattered.
God,
I'm so
be
flattered.
This is
I'm
why. This is why.
flattered. Want some more?
I'm not mad, you know, Devon. Yeah,
Stop
listen,
shouting,
Devon.
darling. Stop shouting.
Devon, can I say something? Can you mute her for a sec, yeah? Because
Can you mute
it's the patronising
me?
and it's the patronising shit I don't like. I don't know this woman from nowhere, Devon. I've never had a conversation with her. Can you mute?
You don't like evil queen.
Bro,
You don't
just
like
mute.
Sunshine,
You can
Sunshine,
talk
please.
after.
One at a
I've
time.
never had.
But look what you said
Devon,
about
please.
her.
One second.
Please, I bet. Please, if you can't control yourself, then goodbye.
I've got
Thank you.
it. Go on.
I don't know this woman from nowhere. Yeah, I've never had a conversation with her before, ever. Yeah, you've come up on Angie's live that day and started going at me and telling me to look after my kids. What do you expect? Like, what do you actually expect? And then when that's the case, they want to tell you, oh, you need to go get yourself help. You're not happy with yourself, darling. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sold by Rin. Go and play with traffic, the right-hand lane, and hopefully you won't be here tomorrow, bitch. Come off my dick. The fuck? Anyways, as I was saying, you don't come for me and I won't come for you. It's as simple as that. I'm not a bully. I don't go going for people that ain't said nothing to me. Simple as. Like, and then you lot want to come up and be like, oh, you should love yourself. You need... No, it don't work like that. Sorry.
When it comes to AJ, yeah. Oh, she's on the thing. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with the Sunshine thing. For me, I just think the whole thing is disappointing. Like, I feel like there's a way that I would run things, there's a way that I want to do things, and I feel like when you open up spaces, the personalities take over, and you're juggling how you consider the right way to handle it, and you're juggling egos, and I'm past the point of like pleasing everyone. I'm a big man of 38 and I rise people for a reason, and I think that sometimes when we overtalk, of course, just request, I feel like sometimes when we overtalk, when we go down the path of insulting, I feel like we miss an opportunity.
Hi.
Hello, you're right.
When somebody put in the comments saying that Alex brought up a particular thing, I obviously commented to you and I said I'll go find out. I asked and the entire comment section said that was never mentioned, so I just want you to know.
Yeah, of course, and I'm hearing that, and I know
because I wouldn't. I support Alex, and to be fair, I was shocked when I saw that, and I would have thought, no, I'm not doing that. But I just want to let you know it wasn't mentioned.
Yeah. No, here's the funny thing about Alex. Yeah, I've never had a problem with Alex. I've always considered Alex to a degree, have quite a lot of sense. Like, he's one of the people on this app where I go, okay, you talk sense. Who I listen to, because I can tell when people are lying, and who is honest and is not lying about certain situations. That does not mean that I will not call you out or have my opinion. You have a platform, you have people in the poop shoot. I'm not one of those. It's as simple as that. And it's it's egos. It's inflated egos, thinking, how dare anybody call you out or say something about something that you've done. He can open Pandora's box. There's no box. There's no box. You're just proving yourself to what kind of person you are because you've got called out for something. I'm not scared.
I don't want to get into it personally, but I wanted you to know that. Because, yeah, I just wanted you to know that part, okay?
Yeah.
All right, go on. I'll speak to you later.
In a bit. Did you have something to say, Kenzie?
Yeah, I just came up here really just for, number one, moral support, and number two, to the people in the comments. Like, I'm here now, I'm not doing all the back and forth typing thing. So if you do want to have a discussion with me about why it's okay for some white people to speak patois and why it's not okay for others, we can do that, like, do you know what I mean? But it's all very easy to understand, like, you know what I mean? In Jamaica is a multicultural environment, although the race is predominantly black. So there are white Jamaicans, there are also Chinese Jamaicans, there are also Indian Jamaicans, or Jamaican Indians, as we would say. So, yeah, I'm just here just to say, if anyone wants to say anything, then you can come up, you can ask your question. So, Byron.
Why is it only certain people allowed to have opinions? I don't know the question. If you explain a bit more. So while we're here, I will explain why I had an issue with what Alex had to say. So, if there's a discussion and a debate going on about racism, like using terminologies that you don't normally use is seen as antagonizing. I felt antagonized. I didn't go up onto the stage or make a scene. I wrote how I felt in the comments. And then I left. Today, I had my opinion in a room with people that I feel comfortable with. There's no slating. There's no telling anybody how to run their platform. There's simply me saying what has happened in how I felt a situation went. Hasn't that just happened in here? Again, if you explain, I'll be able to say. It was silly timing, yes, but you stated he is racist earlier. Well, I didn't do that. I never once called Alex racist.
Yeah, and I don't think none of us did. Like, we were just talking about my microaggressions and why him behaving in that manner when we're having serious discussions around race, why it's offensive and why it's hurtful. Now, the correct thing and the diplomatic thing for him to do would have been, like Devon said earlier, would have just been to be like, you know what, sorry, like, you get me, like, but my issue comes from, Alex was told this a few weeks ago in Courtney's live when we were having a discussion, a serious discussion then, and he was putting about, I'm Congolese Alex, and there's a whole G side going on in Congo, do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't come on and start making jokes about what's going on in the Middle East in the middle of a serious conversation. So this is the point that we're making. You are always trying to dress up these jokes as banter, but then black people seem to be the butt of the jokes. And then when we want to have a discussion in a safe space about our feelings, this is what happens. It all kicks off.
If you know that you was just talking about racism, Paige, you was making jokes about Angie. Correct? Yeah, I agree. Oh, now you are both reaching. Why don't you play it back? Because it wasn't said. I'm not here to prove anything. Like, I know what was said. This isn't like, my issue as well is this, right? A lot of people on this app will see things in a certain way, will agree with something that's being said, I will remain silent because they go, well, this is going to happen. I don't do that. And we can see the results. This is why a lot of behaviors go unchecked or people don't have their opinions, because if you have your opinions, everything goes west. And then everyone's doing up tit for tat. Everyone's now suddenly saying, don't talk to me about having Alex in the box when you had Pearl in the box. It's not the same. It's not that. Ever since I've come to this app, my platform has always been, when I used to run debates, I used to have people come in here with controversial views and I used to let them speak. And I had people in my comment section saying, don't let them say this, don't let them say that. Well, that's not how you have a debate. This is not an echo chamber. you'll notice that the people that got blocked out of this room or muted in this room, I did not do it. And this is something that's now bigger. Anyways, but it's all bigger than it needs to be. But like, you're right. People are tired of the same circles, the same things happening over and over again. I think that like racism is rife on this app, whether you choose to accept it or not, and a lot of you enable it, and a lot of you don't care about it. I will happily tell you how important things are on this app. It goes like animals, DV, SH, homosexual, transgender, rats, algae, black people, racism. let's keep it all the way a buck. Hello, Grumpy.
Yo, man. I'm not well in it. Like, and sometimes I struggle with shit in it, and it's a case of like when people see me at my, I've said this countless times in it. When people see me at my most trolling is when I'm not feeling okay. I've done my blocking. I've done my blocking for today, innit? And I'm literally like moving away from this side of TikTok, innit?
Right.
I can't deal with this shit, innit?
So can I pose something to you? Yeah. You say you're unwell and that we see you trolling when it comes to like certain things. When they're calling you out for something, do you think that like you might have been wrong in some sense?
I don't even. Do you know what? There was so much said. I can't even keep up. There's so much said in like a sentence. It sort of gets to a point where it's just my brain turns into a screwed up ball of paper. It's like when there's so much being said, I don't get it.
Let him finish.
No, wait. No, I know, but is this a good idea because we're being counted? Do you think it's a good idea for someone to sit and talk about this? Like, Grumpy, I don't want you...
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough.
To be...
Yeah, your signal is not the best.
Hi, Devin.
I think that's a stark reminder of go on, ABA.
No, carry on, sorry.
No, I just wanted to say that I think that is a perfect example of what we see on this app, of a surface level characters on the app, and we don't really know what's going on beyond that. I think you should go ahead.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I just want to touch on that bit where you said like certain behaviours come out of you when you see something on this app. Do you know what I mean? Like Grumpy now, he's going through obviously a lot, and I hope he gets through it, because what's going on this app, you can sit here till the cows come home and say, oh, it just gets worse, but until you, for instance, I say it all the time, break them chains of people who think that they can come and associate themselves with yourself and then go associate themselves with people involved in that kind of behaviour. So you need to really pull yourself away from that, whether it's a friend or a foe. Do you know what I mean? If it's going to hurt you, to break that friendship off or something like that, because if you stand on what's right, then that shouldn't affect you morally anyway, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get you.
So, like, these people... Sorry, go on.
Sorry, hi, Devin. Can I just backtrack a little bit? Now, I don't do boxes, but I just feel I have to come in here and I just let everyone know I... love everyone from every race, every religion. It doesn't interest me whatsoever. But what does interest me is that people tell the whole story and just not the little bits that they want to educate people on. I'd just like to backtrack a little bit to the Congolese bit with Alex. Oh, yeah, that was me that said that.
Right, and I'd like to go back to the beginning of that, and it started with Alex's mushroom being discussed, which is thrown about this app very often, is manhood, and I don't know Alex, I've never met him, and his poor mushroom, I do feel for it, not to make a joke about anything, but Congolese Alex come about due to it being in a discussion, and somebody brought up that those men have the longest and biggest appendage.
Okay.
And it was done as a joke between people of all races and religions in a chat, in a group, in boxes like this. And that was the reason he did it. It wasn't about race. It was more about who has the biggest appendage.
Okay, I hear you, Queen. I hear you.
Who else brought that up? Rightfully or wrongfully, I wasn't there. I don't know who brought it up, but I had heard of it at the time.
So he's talking crap, because you can say that, but the fact that you're using microaggressive racism, using that black men have big willies, I've just googled it and researched it. Sudan men on average have the biggest winkers in the world.
Excuse me, but I am not saying that black men have big willies. What I'm saying,
you did, darling. If you listened, I said he said.
I know somebody else said to him. He didn't say it. Somebody else said to him, not me. I haven't got a clue who has the biggest, who has the smallest, and to be honest, I don't give a damn. I care for the person that's attached to that appendage.
Okay, respectfully, Queen, respectfully, because I need to respond, because obviously you came up here because I made that comment. Hold on, because
all I want is the whole story to be
yeah,
told.
all right, and I'm going to tell you my version of events, yeah, because I don't know nothing about Alex's shroom and anything else that goes on in Alex's room. I was in another space as a black woman. Like I said, there is a G-side going on in Congo right now. So the backstory is all irrelevant. Like Paige just pointed out, they're microaggressions anyway, because that's a running joke. Again, black people are the butt of the jokes. So if I'm offended, yeah, I don't need to know about Alex's shroom and all the rest that happened before. He was in a live, a serious topic was going on, and he brought it into that space, not anybody else. That's all I'm saying. So respectfully, I hear what you're saying, but if you weren't there, then I don't understand why you're even getting involved.
Well, no, I've seen it, but I don't. Well, maybe I should take more notice, but I didn't take notice who said it. But I have seen it. And I'm just coming in to say, you know, the whole story of everything needs to be told, not just...
You're not including our story, though. You're only talking about his experience, and then I'm telling you my experience, and you still want to go back to the shroom. Respectfully, we don't business over here about his shroom.
I'm taking on board everything you were saying, and and you said about the fact that, you know, a black man's appendage shouldn't come into it, and I agree, and I don't bring that into it at all. The person behind that appendage is what's important to me. It doesn't matter what race, what religion, whatever, and everyone matters to me. Everyone. I don't care if you're white or black. I don't care if you're Irish, British. I don't care what you are.
Queen of Hearts.
Who's behind
Queen of Hearts.
Is what
Have I got signal? Have I got signal? Guys, can I ask you this, yeah? What would you say is the majority of Alex's audience?
I have no idea. I don't look.
I know you would.
I take them as people. I take them as people. I don't look.
I understand that.
I don't see the colour of people's skin. I see the person.
Does the relevance of anyone's in-betweens is it anything in regards to anything to do with today?
No, but this came up on here just now. That's why
This did not follow up my conversation.
So at this moment in time, what relevance, can I just ask what relevance of Alex is in between any man in any other country, any race, whatever, what has that got to do with the whole fiasco that's been started from last night?
It doesn't.
Do we need?
As Desmond brought it up, I come in.
No, brought it up. It weren't Devon, it was me. And I did explain earlier, Queen, the reason why I brought it up is because when I was trying to explain the racial trauma that we experience when people casually use these microaggressions against us, I was saying that I took myself away from Alex from last year because I noticed a lot of microaggressions and him supporting a lot of racist people on this app. Yeah. So what I'm trying to explain is when there is a repeated pattern of behavior and it's harming another group of people, I am entitled to talk about it. Everything else, what you're saying, respectfully, is irrelevant, because if I'm trying to explain to people like yourselves, like what racial trauma feels like and why we are hurt, you just need to hear us. You ain't got to come and talk about no dingalings and all the rest of it, like, you get it, because that doesn't matter. The point is, before he named himself Congolese Alex or whatever not, he has said many things before that. You get what I'm saying? Which is why I don't mix with them, the people.
And that's absolutely fine, and I agree with you. You need to be heard.
I'm telling you again, stop gifting me and leave me alone. I don't like you. Stop antagonizing me. Gift me again, and I swear to God, I'm going to biff your blood clot.
Sunshine, stop it, please. I beg, stop it.
She's actually jarring me, bro. Stop.
Sunshine, leave her alone, man.
Leave me alone, bro.
Normally you're very calm. Stop being all back into Angie's clique for a second. And now whatever Torian says, Sunshine, on your head, sweetheart, I can't.
Thank you. Because she's just doing too much.
It's very interesting how narratives are like being painted about how people were busting joke with him about Congolese Alex. I feel like you see us all as a collective, because I know for a fact that there are people on this stage that weren't comfortable with the Congolese Alex. What are you doing here? Why are you lying? It's just an outright lie now. Is that what we're doing?
And I addressed it straight away with him, Devon. And the thing that makes me laugh is when I'm addressing them, I'm tagging them in what I'm saying. And it's just interesting that you never seem to see my comment, but you're quick to respond to the banter comments and make jokes and whatever. So, like, they know what they're doing, you know. 'Cause I'm telling you, none of them ain't going to come and challenge me. They're not going to come and challenge me because they know that it's not going to be that. You get it? And that's why they will ignore when I say something. But I will happily have a diplomatic debate with anybody that wants to challenge me on why we don't like these microaggressions being used around us. We find it offensive when you're appropriating our culture, and we're just sick and tired of it all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, Fairy called me rude. I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna go cry. Every time you talk, a fairy dies, Fairy. How about that, bitch?
Right, let me answer. Devin, what's the point of all this? Why does the race card have to come up with you every so often? Guys, stop. Can
someone just explain to me? I've got a question. I genuinely have a question. Can you please explain to me what a race card is? No, genuinely, because I have no clue what you're on about when you say this. So can someone in the comments please explain to me what a race card is, please, so I can understand it for myself?
About the race card, Gemma, if basically if someone sends me a uni from that community right now, then I will have a race card, because I haven't got one either.
We said, Hayley comment, you dusty turkey neck bitch. I'm sick of you lot as well. Your fucking entitlement runs bigger your 200 fucking K account. You ain't got 200K people in front of you backing you in real life. Who the fuck spoke on your skin colour, you perpetual victim? Here we are yet again talking about racism and what people of colour have to go through. And HC gobble 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 comes along. These people have said the worst about my skin. Who? She's in Alex's now in the comments saying all of us in this box getting camped have said the worst about her skin. Yet again, consistently pushing the narrative that we dislike YT people.
I would fucking vomit if I spoke about you, love.
Can I just put it out there? There are 2 people in this box that are mixed race. There are 3 people in this box, 4 people in this box that are black. There is 1 person in this box that is white. So how are we going against the grain? I am half white and half black.
Guys, any of you spoke about Hayden's skin colour and been racist for in calling that white and anything else? I need to know. Who's she talking about? Who the hell is she talking about in this box?
Paige, what happened was she went and fast up herself in Caribbean people business, yeah. She got cussed the F out and then she ran and got barred racism on the app. And what I'd like to ask HC, yeah, because this has been all catastrophized, she's very good at catastrophizing any little minor situation and making it a big one. She's been screaming, crying and shouting that people have been racist to her, yeah. I want to ask her, was that the first time she's experienced racism? Oh, wait.
Or Sky would like to see how you really act. Who's Sky?
So
I'm not around people called Moon, Sun and Sky, sweetheart. I'll be so for real. So whatever you think you've done your big one then, I don't... Oh, do you mean Sky, the people that I went to do a thingy for? They've watched my TikToks. That's why they called me in. That they've watched my TikToks. And we're talking about the stereotyping and allowing black people to have black spaces and not implying that calling someone a bitch has anything to do with racism. User, sweetheart.
Can I just go back to what she said in the comments when we went back to say, when you say things like this, Hayley, you're inciting racism. You're inciting those that are racist to come forward to be racist towards us. Please stop saying that we have an issue with your skin colour. There is no issue with your skin colour. I am half of you. I am half of my mum. I am half of my dad. So please stop using this rhetoric of universal racism when it doesn't exist.
NJ Hose, you can sit on a large wood as well, mate. You got run up on by Kazarian fucking Biggs at your own Marjorie's house and didn't diffuse it. You just skidded on the floor and said about it. You thought Paige is educated. And I thought you weren't abusive to women. But here you are, your big looking fucking self. You don't want it from me today. Watch your back. Because all of you chatting shit about me, I'll start reading all the DMs where you're all begging it. Oh, you're so pretty, Paige. You're so pretty, bitch.
So can I just say, look at what this has become. It's become, let's call in our allies. What are you? Okay, can I, like, you're Cam Turin. What are you defending? Because there's no attack, but yet it's now at a point where you're all calling in your other content creators to prove that you're not something you're not. Nobody's called you anything. That's what's funny. That's what's funny in all of this. And rather than at some point be a man, come across and have a conversation about what I had an issue with, you've sat there in your ivory tower and you've defended yourself from an invisible attack. What are we doing? What are you doing?
Another fairy.
I'm giving you content for the day.
That's 2 fairies down because of your mouth, sweetheart. That's 2 fairies down.
What you could have done is you could have just come over and said, what's the problem that you had? And me and you probably would have had the conversation and it would have been squashed. But instead you've sat over there, Cam Turin, where you have a comment section that will ride for you and throw out microaggressions in defense of you, and have people come and questioning black women in the box who have their own issues, rather than come and address it as a man. Anyway, are you not embarrassed?
Embarrassed. And you know what's funny? Everyone's like, oh, Paige, you called someone a bitch. You said someone has a turkey neck. How are you ever going to work again? The same way these racists say the N-word on the app every single day and the P-word and they go to work, sweetheart. The same way.
Those people are asking, why does things have to be about... Somebody actually said, why has everything got to be about race with you? Why is this and why is that, right? Sorry, last night we weren't throwing around the M-bomb. This isn't a choice. Us having this conversation is not a choice. You content creators think that it's okay to throw around the most disrespectful term for a black person, and we're upset about that, rightfully so. But now we're whipping out the race card. We didn't call for this. We didn't ask for this.
They'll be saying that we've run a hate live next, and that will be the next rhetoric.
Leave me the hell alone. I don't want to be classy. I want to be unclassy. I want to be loud and aggressive, okay? I want to say the C-U-N-T word, okay? I want to do what the hell I want to do. And none of you, Paula, can stop me. How about you stop the I'm ugly and middle-aged card and I'll stop the race card? Delin.
And of course, NJ's in his box. Like, listen, NJ has been dealt with so many times. If you've been on my platform, I held a live on him. I think it was round about last month, because this black man wants to sit up there and talk about he don't care about slavery. We don't deserve our reparations. And basically us as black women are crazy, and we talk absolute shit when all we were doing is having conversations once again about how we've been affected by things that other people from other communities have done that are harmful to our black community. So let him tender.
Do you know what? I also click on that. NJ only seems to speak when Kenzina's mum's around. Where's he been? The last episode was when Kenzina's mum had left no crumbs talking about him, and now all of a sudden he's back because Kenzina's mum's in the fucking box.
Oh, he was on the Grapist stage the other day, on Mr. Unknown stage. Again, like NJ, and this is why I say he's a malignant narcissist. I have studied this guy now. I've got all the evidence that points to his patterns of behavior matching up with abusive behaviors from men. The only thing that he hasn't done yet is been physical with any of us. You know what I mean? And because I've been doing this for so long, and he knows that I'm a domestic abuse advocate, he has no right to go around as a big old greyback man screaming and shouting at women from behind the screen. And respectfully, you lot don't know him in real life. So for him to do that to me as a woman who's also a survivor, who also experiences PTSD, that basically I could see him walking in my city centre tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So some of you are having arguments with people that you're never ever going to see. Do you know what I mean? The situation with me and him is very, very different. And he has just continued and continued and continued. He's looking for a way back in. But NJ, it's okay. Like, we already know who you are. We see you for what you are. So keep going, my boy. Keep going.
And now this is an opportunity for people to squash personal beefs. Like, this is what I'm talking about, yeah? Earlier on, at the start of the day, this was such a small thing. It was an opinion, it was a conversation, so on and so forth. And this is what this app does. It sends people into the chat to try and spark things, and then now it's personal issues, because now we've got Haley, NJ in the box because you want to be seen to be backing a side because you got an issue with somebody else. Do you even know what happened? Do you know what happened? Do you know why I'm saying what I'm saying?
Making it about ourselves and her white skin while you keep running around saying the M word. Nuts, mate.
You have no idea what you're defending. You're defending because it's your friend and you have this weird TikTok obligations. I had an issue with something. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to say it because things like this happen. Look how it's blown up. The joke thing. It's a joke.
I spoke about our kid. This woman, do you know what? I'm sick of some of you big YT content creators turning everything like about yourself. You even made Adriana about yourself. You're not going to make our situation, us being offended by EQ saying and what about you as well. No one spoke on your kid. No one cares about you, HC. We did a whole live yesterday. No one mentioned your name fucking once, apart from some weirdos of yours in the comments. And Alicia said, not about her, darling. That is literally it. It is not about you, and it's fucking ridiculous. We can't even sit here and have discussions in peace about yous lot and the Haley comments of the world and the fucking whoever else climbing involved to make it all about them. Piss off. You've got big 200k followers. Go find some missing fucking people, babe. All right? There's lots of them to go and find. Off you pop.
Right, and this is why when I say, when I talk about the invisibility of black women and girls, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Here we have a YT woman from a whole nother country that felt emotionally moved by a case that she's seen out in the Caribbean and went over there disguised as help, disguised as help. Soon as she didn't get enough attention from that family, that grieving family who were literally moving their lifeless daughter's body from one country to another country, going through all of that, and she was sending voice notes saying, oh, but one of them need to because I'm getting slated and this, that, the other. Like, respectfully, like, she should have just held that, because then it wouldn't have got to this, like, you know what I mean? But I see what she does very well. She takes these situations and then she goes to her community, catastrophizes everything. Poor me, I'm the victim, they all hate hate me. But Hayley, it's never been that, because I'm pretty sure most of the people in this box, bar me, supported you to get your pro-life. I've watched people support this woman, ride out for this woman. But then as soon as we want to address something and say, oh, well, we feel uncomfortable with that, all of a sudden we're hateful.
Exactly.
Devin asked Alex in the box. He won't come. Like, at the end of the day, if that man wanted to come into this box, no, he would not. He's working for him. He gets to stay in an echo chamber. He gets to make money. He gets to remain ignorant. He gets to bust his jokes in freedom at the expense of other people. He does not want to come over here. He knows what he's doing. I know what he's doing. And he thinks what he's now trying to do is say, oh, you're scared of EQ because you want me to get angry. I'm not angry. I won't get angry. This app can't make me angry, bro. Like, I'm so comfortable with myself. I had that phase of not thinking clearly and allowing this app to bother me and to think about random people's opinions on me. Your random opinion on me, it really doesn't matter, my guy. Your chat doesn't matter to me.
Sorry, they also say you're not talking about EQ or what you've just said, right? Is because you want us to talk about something you should be talking about.
It's weaponizing.
I'm not going to sing to somebody's tune to tell me who I can and who I can't talk about on this app when it comes to my race.
Just quickly.
I'm not going to do that.
Go on.
Did Courtney, because I was just in Alex, I'm just listening in, but when she done the Jamaican Courtney, did she do blackface?
Are you mad?
No, are you mad?
Okay, so let them run their narrative. Let me explain this very quickly.
Because I was just in there and Chippy's in there now. I think maybe you lot should listen, but apparently
No, I
Courtney
don't
done
need to do that.
blackface. So I just wanted to come and ask if that's what happened.
D, let me tell you what Jamaican Courtney was, yeah? I've been winding Courtney up. I said, you're one of us. We were teaching her Jamaican slang, like wagwan. What I then did was I went and made an AI of Courtney and put her in Jamaican clothing. There's a Jamaican chef. There's a white Jamaican chef female on this app.
Because I said to him, I'm not watching the video because he asked if you.
And I did like, it was just a thing where this white Jamaican lady's cooking, and I dubbed it over Courtney. That's all it is. What are we doing?
Oh, I don't know. Obviously,
they're reaching.
That's what I came in to ask, but apparently her face was dark, like she done blackface. Chippy just said that, so that's why I'm asking.
And okay, so here's the right. This is where I start to lose respect for people, because Chippy, as far as I'm concerned, me and Chippy are cool. I don't really have any issue. I call him out if he says something wrong, whatever. There's always been a respect level there. But what you're just doing now is what you've learned on this app of deflection. Why are you guys so desperate to deflect away from something that someone feels offended with by saying that we've allowed someone else to do it? Nobody allowed. I did it. What are you doing? I did it. What is this? The girls, it's low-hanging fruit. Like, it's like you feel the need to bully someone because you know that they won't take it well. I did it.
Do you know what the thing is for me though, Devin? Why is everyone getting defensive because we're talking our truth about being a person of colour and how it affects us on this app? So I don't get why they're all over there being offended by actions that have either been said by yourselves or your communities, and this is how we're feeling about it.
Do you know what it is though? No, I think 100% we're entitled to how we feel, but do you know what it is? Unfortunately, it's not even unfortunately, but people are going to look at it as double standards, innit? They are. They're going to look at it as, raw, how come she can put Jamaican Courtney, but then I can't say Wagwan in the chat? You know, it's going to look, that's just literally how it's going to...
It's not though, T.
No, I hear that. No, wait, I hear that. Why it's not. But my point is an overall objection, not just the Courtney thing. It's an overall protection.
Yeah, no, I get
talking about everything. Do you get it? But I hear what you're saying on that still.
No, it's not. I don't see what you're saying. The only reason that you want to look like that is because you want an excuse. You're clearly not listening to the reason that I've given 4 times. You're choosing to ignore the reason that I've given 4 times, not you personally, T, when I'm saying...
I know.
That you're deliberately choosing to ignore what I'm saying. You're not listening or comprehending why it's different. You're just saying it's double standards, but it's not. It's not even close to being the same. As I've said before, that was a joke made by me, a person of colour, showing my love for somebody who, like, even that's gonna sound mad, but like a friendship, like appreciating someone who understands us.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? You're just looking for an excuse, and I think it's poor, bro, that you're needing to do that. You're willing to sell out somebody that's supposedly been your friend as well. It's weird. This is showing more about them. I'm gonna be real.
And you know, from my perspective, I think part of the reason why they get so defensive when we start having these conversations is because we are right, like, and they know that we're right, like, you know what I mean? And it is kind of like, it's all like, the way I see it, it's like they like to keep us in certain positions in it. So they will have like certain people like yourself, T, Plague and Miss Remy have been accepted over that side to an extent, even though, like, you get what I'm saying, it's still fully racist and whatever, not for you. But then like people like me and whoever else, like, you know, there's so many people on this British side of the app, Black British people who are talking on these topics. But once they hear from them, they're so fragile that it's like, oh my God, they're racist, talking about us as black people, you get it? So it's kind of like they just want to keep us in our space, in our place. But every time we all get together and have these conversations, this is what happens, they all freak out.
So there's two things that
for me, it's an ego thing as well. You're allowing your ego to get over what's actually being heard. So instead of actually listening with your ears, you're listening with your mouth. You're not actually hearing or comprehending what we're actually trying to say to you. No one's trying to be disrespectful at all. We're trying to let you understand so we can have a respectful ground, so there can be a mutual ground.
So we're talking about 1 second, because I got to address this. Alicia's Martha just said no, people don't want to be labelled a racist. That's why.
All right, this is
proof. This is proof that nobody is listening. You're not listening. You're taking away what you want to take away. We've said several times, nobody has called him racist, and you're saying, why am I avoiding the Congolese night? I did not laugh about that. What are you doing? What are you trying to say? This favorited live where apparently I'm laughing about Congolese Alex. what are you doing?
Someone come to.
Do you know what it is? The Cam 2 thing, I think it's childish, man. You're sitting there enjoying your views and avoiding the conflict.
Can I just say though, because FYP something, it looks selective, as EQ is 100% out and out racist. She should have been held out to dry. Alex isn't racist. So this is the whole point. This is how we know people are not listening to what I said. What EQ did and said was out of order. So if we're having a serious conversation and holding alive a serious about the situation, about EQ and what she said and how she said it, etc., how we feel when she said it, why the fuck is it acceptable for Alex to go with his stupidness and joking in a serious matter? If you think EQ's issues and what she said on this app are the worst of the worst, so are we not allowed to have a sensible, adult, grown conversation about it without someone being a dickhead and putting things like Bumba this, Bumba that, and etc. in that conversation? Can someone just answer that? Because that's the point that we're hitting at. If you think what EQ did was so bad, why is it acceptable for someone to behave in that way if we're having a serious conversation? Because he's not outing her. He's saying Bumba this and Bumba that. So that's not him outing her.
We got someone here.
But the thing is, why does one have to be bigger than the other? We all know EQ's a racist. That ain't nothing shy of this app. So when we're calling something out that offends us, why are you taking offense to that? Ultimately, it's still offending a person of color by doing that because it was an inappropriate time. So I'm going to ask this question because clearly you all came to us. What do you want from us? What do you want us as people of color to do on this app? Because clearly you want to keep trying to dictate to us and tell us how we should feel, how we should act, how we should speak, how we should address issues. So how would you like us to continue on this app? How would you like it? Please.
So can I just say, right? Look at how this is all gone, right? Somebody said something racist, blatantly racist. Somebody ran a live on it. somebody did microaggressions, that person, for getting called out for a bad joke, has now got super defensive. And on a day where, you know, if you do want to be calling out Chelsea Harwood, you could have been calling her out. You're busy over there cam 2ing and trying to prove how much of a bad guy I am at the fact that you were insensitive. Is this really what you're doing? Oh, sorry. Go on, Chaos.
Can I just say something, mate? All these people saying about EQ said this and EQ said that, and you said, didn't Paige hold a live on it? Didn't Paige speak on it? Because I believe she did. And all the people that are in the comments that I've got that are saying it, oh, well, you should be speaking on here. How about you report the fucking clip to Lancashire Constabulary? How about you tell them that she was racist and support the people that she's been racist against, rather than sitting there saying, well, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. How about helping them?
That exactly. How about instead of us doing it, why don't you go do it? Why don't you pull up the lives? Why don't you say how outraged and how hurt you are by it because it's affected you in a certain way? Yeah, why don't you go call the police? Why should we have to do it every single time? Why are you telling us what we can and what we can't speak on?
That's what I'm saying, Offset. Why don't they ring the fucking police and that? Why should it always have to be you that have to fucking educate the fucking masses? Educate your fucking selves. Do the right fucking thing.
That's true. Rather than busting, okay, yeah, here's the thing. Rather than busting jokes, yeah, or even if you're gonna bust your jokes and say it's just a joke, you spent today, rather than like being like, hey guys, let's all report this. Rather than that, you spent your time sitting here, butthurt at the fact that I found something offensive and I have my opinion. You don't care. You don't care. Anyway, let's see what these have to say.
No, like, oh shit, hello? Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to press thing, but can I just say, yeah, it's like that side, they want you to react to prove their narrative, yeah, because they want you to prove that you're angry people and that you're mad and you're this and you're that. It's all a views thing for them. It's all a, we'll get our numbers up, we'll prove what these people are like, it's just embarrassing for them. That's all they want you to do.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, it is. It's just it's too much. I've been off TikTok for about 2 weeks now because I can't deal with all the Angie shit and everything else that's going on, because it's just a rinse and repeat every week of what's going on. And then to come back on today and to see this firing up again about the race thing, let them be. They'll never be you. They'll never be better than you. They will never have the things that you have. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean you like that. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean? And it's just too much. Let them be. Let them be angry. Let EQ and Alex and all of them have their say. Let them just carry on digging themselves a hole, because no one else is good. They don't know how everyone feels, and just let them be, because the more you keep going back at them, the more they're going to have to say, and then you're just going to keep playing into their hands of, oh my god, I told you they were like this, I told you they were like this is what they're like. It's all school ground, high school shit. It's too much.
Yeah, I respect what you're saying, Pododot, but respectfully, we haven't spoke on these topics for months, you know what I mean? In terms of, because I do understand what you're saying, and it is what you were saying yesterday, you know what I mean? Let's not give them what they want and whatever not. But I think now we've moved on to any time we want to just have, just discussions about us, even if it weren't about them, if it was just about race in general, then they come with a problem, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's because they know that EQ and that side, they're dwindling on numbers unless they've got Angie or some other bullshit going on.
Yeah.
So they need to comfort this side of TikTok, because they know that it's going to get a reaction. And I know it's draining. It's exhausting. It's absolutely boring. And I can't imagine how it feels. And it makes me sad as a viewer. That's why I've come off, because I can't deal with the Angie R stuff. All of that stuff is too much. And TikTok doesn't care. TikTok wants views and money, and this gets them views and money. So, and I know you want to go, Yeah, but it's never going to stop. Like, and I just feel sorry for like this side involved.
See, for me, I'm just sick of policing how I should react in relation to this BS that comes on the internet, like day in, day out at this point. Like, we shouldn't have to police and not be angry. If I want to be angry and be black and be a woman, that is what I'm going to be in these scenarios. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to police the fact that that is who I am when this occurs.
Yeah, because I wouldn't get called an angry white woman. And do you know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting. Like, it doesn't matter what race, culture, heritage, who the hell you're from. You shouldn't be defined from what you are. And it's disgusting that yous lot go through this. And I'm so sorry. And we're not all like you at this side. And I am really fucking sorry that yous lot go through this on a daily basis. Like, I'm really sorry.
That's right. You know what? Here's a joke, right? A lot of these people with high numbers of following, they call themselves content creators. Now, what is Alex doing over there? Is that content, or is that just like, you're listening to somebody else's life?
Yeah, it's inciting hate is what it is.
It's enabling.
And they only want to stay, so they're allowed to stay in their safe space because that is a safe space for them, because it's an echo chamber for them, and then they want to draw us out to come over there, like, you know what I mean? But they will never enter, like I say, they won't ever enter the predominantly black spaces where we are having these
because do you know why? Do you know, as a white woman...
Wait there, let me finish. Yeah, they will never enter them spaces where we're having discussions on a deeper level, because they're not ready to look in the mirror at themselves and actually do the work to change their behaviour. And that boils down to they don't want to. So instead of content creators, they are content fakers, all of them. You get me? NJ, you only regurgitate whatever else, whatever is trending on the app, like it's never your own story. HC, you regurgitate what you read in the newspaper, like that is not content. Content creators are people who are coming up with their own idea, their own scripts, and doing their own thing. Thank you.
No, 100%. I agree with you, and that's what I was going to say. Sorry to interrupt, because my brain's just nuts. But
Alex's room is a halfway point.
Yeah,
literally.
It is. It's a halfway house.
Yeah, like, so basically, he may not have showed his racism in front, but he holds a lot of racists in his life. So, to me, he's halfway there.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Sorry, On the Verge is just waiting quietly. I understand the
I'm
pain.
going to drop. Sorry, I just want to say
worries.
that. I hope you're okay.
Thank you.
No
Go On the Verge.
Good afternoon, stroke. Good evening, everybody. I've been listening for a while, and again, if people want to check out what we do, so the work that we do within schools is something where you are having a lot of people that are under the age of 13 that are all on TikTok. And, some of them are telling you that they've got 10,000 followers. And I believe all these people that are out there that are believed to say, or they say that they are content creators, sometimes you have to be very mindful of of your speech. And again, I've listened to people in here, and I've heard some of you get very angry. And I understand why you would get angry. However, my advice would always be, if when you get angry with somebody, and you actually give somebody else the power. So therefore, you should try your hardest not to get angry. And I'm from a generation... Again, you can't see a picture, but I'm of dual heritage. So I'm born in the 70s, and mine was quite an unusual case because my mother is black and my dad is white. So back then it was very hard because it was rare. So when people want to speak about racism, I saw racism from a lot of factors. So personally, for me, I saw a lot of racism from white people. But in the same breath, I saw a lot of racism towards my mother from black people because she had a child to a white man. It's a lot more. It's seen a lot more now. However, back then it was very rare. And I think people have to be mindful, because what you have to understand is these content creators will use this narrative to gain gifts and to gain money. And the issue that we have is people that will sit on one side will sit there and protect the person that is saying or leading that narrative. However, my question is always the same. You would never go home and say the same things that you're listening to on TikTok and say that to your own children or to your own mother or to your own father or whoever. And therefore, you have to be mindful of this information that you're giving out, and you're giving out to these young people that necessarily could be in primary school, so under the age of 11 years old. That's my argument to all this. I think when people get themselves involved in this anger, and please believe me, I understand the anger. At 1,000,000% I understand the anger. However, there should be a narrative that is pushed out around everybody where it's picked up straight away, immediately, regardless of colour, regardless of creed, regardless of where you come from. Because people sit in rooms and will listen to that narrative and allow people to say those things. However, if you're standing on something, then you should stand on it 100%, regardless of whether you follow that content creator, whether you like them or whether you gift them. Because people will sit there and listen to these content creators say what they're saying and agree with what they're saying. I've seen some terrible things. I've learnt new words of doxing and all the rest of it, and people find out where they live and find out this and find out that just because you're in that room with them. Do you know what some content creators are? In the easiest word I can say to you is they're groomers. Some content creators out there are actual groomers, and it's a sad thing.
Sorry, on the Verge, how long you been on the app, like, you know, like just on this live side?
Say that again, sorry.
How long have you been on, you know, like this live side of TikTok? How long have you been here?
Do you know what is I've been on since January. Please believe me. I avoid all social media. I don't do social media, but obviously business wise I've come onto social media, and I'm glad I don't have personal. I'm glad I don't have.
And you know what, the only reason why I was asking, because I think we all started in the same place as you, innit? Like,
Listen, 100%. I agree with you, Kenzino. I 1,000,000%. I can see the narrative that everybody pushes. Everybody starts off innocent. Again, what I need people to understand is that we work with children. So whether it's getting them out of crime or you know, busting the narrative, whether it's on gangs, county lines, whether it's joint enterprise, whether it's weapons awareness, knife crime, online safety, we do all this with children. So my only argument now is when I'm watching all this is I see this narrative that is passed down to these children as young as 9, 10 years old.
Well, do you want to hear the joke on the Verge, yeah? Because I do similar work to you and have done for like the last 20 years. But you see the people that are sitting over on the other side, some of them are actual teachers. Do you know what I mean? With this disgusting behaviour. So I agree with everything what you're saying. Like, do you know what I mean? We have to know how we're holding ourselves, because not only are there going to be young people that we don't know. Like my daughter's 25, she's on TikTok. You think I ain't seen my daughter scrolling to live certain time when I'm here? You think I ain't seen young people that I work with who are now like young adults scrolling to certain lives? So I think we're definitely on the same page.
The argument should always be is like, I've seen what the narrative is. It's about EQ, X, Y, and Z. However, I've been in I've seen other people's lives, and they're saying the exact same thing. I'm not. Listen, to clarify, I'm not justifying anybody's words when they're using the N word or anything derogatory towards any race or color. I'm not defending any, and I will stand up against it. However, what I'm saying is a lot of people that I've seen, and a lot of content creators, and a lot of people that have significant following will sit there and allow certain things to be said and say nothing about it. And then when it suits the other side, because they're in a different life, then all of a sudden they will say something. And again, they'll do this screen recording. Okay, you want to screen record? Cool, screen record. But stand on it. Stand on it, because you're never going to come to me and talk to me about racism, because I saw it from both sides. So if you stand on it, then you stand on it. You cannot be selective and turn around and say, oh yeah, well, I did see it, but I didn't say anything. But then at the same time, running along into another room and say, oh, have you heard what they're talking about in that live? But you've been in the live and not said anything. Nah, bond that. I'm not part of that live.
But that's the thing, right? When you are calling out, this is what I'm saying, right? This is how this started. Me saying something about something. And as soon as it's done, or in reference to a creator that is popular or that they like, they get defensive and attack the victim. That's what this is. We're now attacking someone because they were offended at a joke that you made. It was an inappropriate joke. Why can't you just come out as a big man and say, you know what? Bad timing. I don't mean any harm by it. We virtually shake hands and we keep it moving.
But can I just say something more? But there's a narrative of that person feeling comfortable enough to be able to say that.
Exactly, and that's why, and I don't even want to go down it, that's why friends fall out. Because, and herein lies my point, like eventually it comes around to my point. I can't even. It's difficult. It's techie because you can't address one without the other, and there's two. It's egos.
Add to that though, Devon, because we're talking about a person that's doing similar things on every spectrum of any disagreement that the app is on in what uproar about. So the same happened in relation to someone committing SH on live. He did exactly the same in that situation. So it's not that he feels comfortable. The problem is he's getting away with it and no one's pulling him up in relation to it.
And we all have the same, and here's the thing, we all have the same energy. That's what everyone's here saying, oh, it's all about racism. But the same people that you see in this box speaking on this were the same people speaking in those boxes about the other issues as well. We are consistent.
And this is why it pisses me off when it comes to when we are speaking about race. You get the people going, oh, race card this, race card that. Where was all of you last week when we was doing the same thing and he was making inappropriate comments about that and he got dropped from the box? It's repeated behaviour just on a different topic.
That is a perfect point. That is a perfect point. I have the question that if this was about a different subject, about say the SH comment, right, where people were calling out Chippy and certain people for being insensitive, if Miss Red had seen an issue with the joke per se, and she came out the next day and she said, you know what, I found that joke a little bit offensive, would Alex be as defensive as he's being now? While you're all over there cam-2ing, I want you to genuinely ask yourself, if this was coming from a different source, would it be matched with the same energy?
Yeah, but that's the whole point of that. And again, I'm not on. I need to make it clear. Just because I'm in this live, I'm not on no side. I'm on what's right. And again, I think what people fail to understand is it's based on these people that follow whoever the content creator is. So, whilst they're following them, then all of a sudden they're the best thing since sliced bread, and they can't say no wrong. Or what people do is, and you know what is, we do it in life. Is people allow themselves to justify other people's actions if they believe it's okay because they like them. However, if you put a blanket over that and you say, no, actually, that's just wrong, end of story. Do you know what it is? You'd clean that up a lot more cleaner, because you see these people with thousands of people inside there watching them and following them and gifting them and whatever else they're doing. Listen, most of these people, you're all being groomed to what this person is saying, because when this person is saying these derogatory things and you are not calling it out and you are agreeing with it, and you then divert it and go, oh well, look what they said on their live and look what they said on theirs. Well, so what you're doing is you're justifying what this person's saying because other people have said it and nobody said nothing to them, so therefore you're justifying it. Well, then you're wrong again.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's like if nobody calls it out and it's allowed, those jokes are carrying on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
100%.
It's a time and a place.
Yeah, but again, if you just well, you see, I disagree with you again. It actually is that deep. It is deep, because in the line of the fact that you're allowing somebody to say it when you know morally, consciously, that you know it's wrong, especially. Regardless, I'm not going to go on cover of colour, but regardless of any actions, you have a moral responsibility to turn around and stand on it and turn around and say, you know what it is? That's wrong. And just because somebody else said it there and somebody else said it there, no one said nothing, I'm going to say something. And I don't care if you ban me from coming in your live again. If I think you're wrong, you're wrong. This is not my life. Again, like Kenzino, my life is going into schools and educating young children. Educating our future, because hopefully, I will have taught somebody something who's a future prime minister or a future doctor who's actually going to go on and save lives, instead of them coming into an app and listening to people who will talk about disabilities, be derogatory towards race, derogatory between lifestyles and poverty. Nah, I don't stand on that. And I think everybody should stand the same way. If you are that person and you have that moral standard, therefore you should stand on that and plant your flag.
Sorry, I know I'm against cam-2ing, but can someone, has anyone got cam-2 capabilities? Because Paige just gone and put herself in the Lions. Here's the thing, right? I'm so sick of us going into the Lions den and they never come here. So he should have. I don't know whether to shut this down and go over there, but I know how it's gonna go.
What live is he on? What live? Sorry, I was on my other phone.
I think it's Alex Brigham live. Okay, so now the narrative is that people were offended by YT. How many times has that question been asked, and how many times has it been answered? It's reaching.
Again, you see, this is the issue that you've got now, because what you're allowing people to do is you're allowing people to come to you, because they're going to come to anyway, but you're allowing people to then have a narrative on another platform about what's being said here, when if somebody's got any form of dignity, they're going to come over and listen to it themselves. This is the problem that you have, is people being groomed and exploited to listen to a narrative that is not necessarily real. And again, I'll go over to whoever live it is again and say the exact same thing in the live, but I know there's people that would not do it.
Space, my brother,
yeah. I probably wouldn't have that space, but what I'm saying is I'd still stand on it.
This is what they've allowed this as an opportunity to attack people that they have a grievance with. What kind of comments are over there, Teresa? And this is what I'm saying, right? Everyone's quick to scream, I'm not a racist, don't call me a racist, and get defensive. When moments like this happen, why are you quick to show the opposite? Oh, I don't know whether.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Mama G, you haven't spoken.
My days, I've been sitting in this live thinking, what the hell? You know, I haven't been in these spaces, these side of TikTok for a while, and it's just gone past the anniversary, a year of all the nastiness last year, and yeah, I'm just mad, and and still, when it was happening last year, my rhetoric was stop going into those spaces, especially to defend yourself, because that's exactly what they want. You're cannon fodder. You know what I mean? That's what they want to use us for, cannon fodder, and to bring their views up and stuff like that. Listen, slavery's done. Slavery's done, okay? We're not called jesters anymore, all right? And so far as people saying, oh, you haven't spoken on this and you haven't spoken on that, we speak on what we want. Nobody can tell anybody what to speak on. But if what you speak on is a load of baloney, believe we're going to chat on it, especially when it comes to our community. Nobody on this, nobody like speaking on this was like born by mistake, you know. We were all meant to be, yeah? I'm sick and tired of this. And the thing is, it's not even kids. It's not even, you know, teenagers and like, you know, early 20s that are arguing, still trying to find themselves and stuff like that. It's grown, hardback adults. And it's sickening. It is sickening. And anyway.
I'm obviously
Sorry, she's going on at Hayley.
So now, yet again, you're all putting me in the same. So what's the difference then? I'm so confused.
You're confused.
Who do you agree with, Alex? Because it's giving confusion.
And what part of the Hailing page you think?
Yeah.
You might want to put us on mute, Alex, because we'll come to him.
Can I say something for a second?
I don't think it's, and I'm not trying to go against you, baby, because I know we've had bickers in the past, but I don't think it's fair when he's holding the platform for everybody to talk and have this discussion to say you have to pick a side. He's been fine with Paige and Hayley.
No, I call this live a halfway point. Okay. He has a lot of different people in his comments.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's literally what an FYP page is about, and you're putting him on the spot in front of 3,500
Baby,
people.
the thing is, I've been labelled racist.
No, you haven't. You're not listening.
Oh, the only one that come over and had an actual conversation because you don't like how loud my mouth is. I'm not shouting, which is another thing. We'll ignore
Honestly, Paige, this is what I'm trying to get. You're saying that no one labelled me racist, but you did.
I didn't. I said I didn't label you explicitly racist. I said you've had microaggressive racism. You've said microaggressive racist things that made me uncomfortable. We've had combos about it, Alex. Me and you ourselves before.
But that's you labelling me a racist.
Alex, you agreed yourself. I'm sorry. Going about 6 months back.
But what?
In your life, when I was getting upset,
may
and I
not
was
need to
crying
be
in your
here,
life,
but who the fuck was here for Paige Joss?
But I'm saying I didn't sit there and say you dislike black people. And even Devin said you're not racist. But I'm saying in that live, I kept saying it is not about Alex. They all had a go at me this morning for letting you up in the first place. But I'm the one that called you racist. But I'm getting the stick for you being in my box too. Make it make sense. Come on.
But take it up on the people that are giving you grief, not the other people.
I did, Alex. So why are you taking it up with me? With the people that are giving you grief?
I'm taking it up on you because I'm the one being labelled. My name's being mentioned.
Alex, so was I. So was I this morning, but I didn't have a go at you. I'm coming here saying how.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. You can go on your platform and scream about it exactly like I'm doing on my platform.
No, you didn't get what I just said. I didn't take it up with you. What other people put onto me about you being.
No, but I've watched you slag me off.
If you think that's slagging off, then bloody hell, mate. You cut like what the fuck?
You call me. Do you know what? Blaster's gonna put it all out there. You basically
put it out there, Alex. I don't care. First of all, we're not partners. We're not lovers. We're not nothing. So it doesn't really matter what our stance is, type thing.
So
but also,
okay.
It's not that deep. You can have an opinion on me and it not be slagging off because it's your opinion. I'm so baffled. Like, what do you think this is?
Calling me a wrong-un is basically the same.
When did I call you a wrong-un? Half your people. I said your chat, half your chat, because you don't have a team.
Yeah,
one of the main things I did say is you don't have a solid team for yourself. A lot of your people have come from where you've done this and that and everywhere else, and there's loads of hate in your life. So whether you act like a wrong or not is not the point. It's the point of the discussion was the racism that black people have just endured. But yet again today, it's all about Annie, it's all about Angie, it's all about everyone but people of colour who have literally heard EQ sit there and scream the N-word. And I love that for us. I love that we can have one full day by actually having a conversation about racism instead of it going everyone else. No wonder Steve's left. He left because he likes pussy, darling. Can
I just refresh people's memory as well? Alex made an AI of Marcel.
Yeah, I did.
Paige, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, because I'm tired. I need to go.
Was that racist as well? Because I showed people the what I typed in AI to show what I did.
Alex, it was fucking disgusting, Alex.
So okay then, because it come out as a skinny black man, right? No. What?
You're not asking me though, are you, Alex? Because stop asking me everything.
I think you know what? At the end of the day, you two both had your back and forth. But why are we unearthing this now? Have you two not sorted your issues out?
This is what I'm trying to say. Alex has a problem.
Come on, man. Let's stop unearthing old shit.
Do you know what? I'm going to answer this now because it's going to make everyone look very stupid, right?
Okay.
You know, you think it is funny, isn't it? You know what? Because I put that in a thing and I showed the video that come up with Marcel. Yeah, okay, you brought it up. Did you see what Marcel did? The lives on me. He typed in fat white man, yeah, and he showed Michelin man. He was going fat white guy. I hate fat white people that come onto this platform talking about racism. That's what Marcel said. He doesn't like fat white people.
I don't get along with Marcel. I don't talk to him. So what has that got to do with me, Alex?
It got brought up.
I didn't shout him. Baby A just asked. Sorry, T. Let me just ask.
No, go on, Robbie. Yeah, go on.
Paige, when you were just up here a minute ago, did you feel attacked?
No, I felt gaslit. I don't feel attacked like I'm scared. I can't really be bullied, but was I gaslit? Yeah, 100%. And was there narratives being put on purpose, knowing what the narrative's been put out there? 100%. This is what happens when you can run a cult though and have a big following and a big background. Of course, the thing is with you people, if this person, let's just use the comments for instance. If Hayley likes me, you're sort of going to love me. If Hayley hates me, you're sort of going to hate me. And that's what you sort of been saying. So I know the narratives and I don't really care because it's TikTok. Do you get it? If Hayley likes me, you're sort of going to love me. That's literally it. Like, I don't feel attacked, but I do feel like Hayley's comment, for instance, you spoke of my daughter, you in a negative way, but then admitted that she wasn't in the live. So she didn't know what my narrative was talking to her daughter.
But she's going to listen. But she's going to listen to her people. If someone
exactly, thank you. Yes, Alex. Exactly.
This is why receipts are important.
Yeah,
people, man.
this is what I'm trying. This is what we're trying to say. If someone from Hayley's community that she trusts has said to her, obviously she's going to take it as gospel. She might not know the context. That's life. That's TikTok. We do that all the time.
No, it's not TikTok because people cry when she does it to her.
Yeah.
She's entitled to feel a certain way.
So is everyone else.
Oh my god, the selectiveness is crazy. And if you
don't
can't
even
do a
talk about
selective based on our
selectiveness.
friends, if you can't do a selective based on our friends, mate, that's crazy because context happen the same way. You're asking for context over